Do you ever feel like the weight of others' judgment tries to pull you down? That silent force of negativity, whether it comes as subtle digs, cold indifference, or outright disrespect, can linger in the air like a storm waiting to strike. For many, it can feel overwhelming, draining, even paralyzing. But what if there was a way to rise above it? A way to not only hold your ground, but to make those who doubt you question their own beliefs without uttering a single word. This is not about revenge. This is not about being louder, stronger, or more aggressive. It's about mastering a quiet power that shifts the balance without breaking your calm. The kind of power that grows from within, that others sense without you needing to explain it, and that makes you untouchable to their doubts, scorn, or jealousy. At the heart of this journey is the philosophy of Stoicism, a timeless guide that has taught countless individuals how to remain steady amidst life's turbulence. It's not just a set of rules, but a mindset, a way of living that allows you to turn challenges into fuel for growth and adversity into opportunities for greatness. Stoic wisdom teaches us that our greatest strength isn't in controlling others, but in mastering ourselves. When you embrace this philosophy, you'll discover a truth that will shift how you view those who oppose you. Their opinion of you is irrelevant. What truly matters is the opinion you hold of yourself. Think about this. What if every insult became a stepping stone to your growth? What if every setback made you stronger? And what if you could carry yourself with such quiet confidence that those who once underestimated you could no longer deny your strength? These aren't just abstract ideas. They are skills, habits, and perspectives you can cultivate starting today. And once you do, you'll experience the profound liberation of living untethered to the judgments of others. It begins with a choice to stop reacting impulsively to every slight or insult, a choice to build yourself in silence while the world watches in awe, a choice to turn inward for validation instead of chasing approval from those who may never give it. These choices may seem small, but their impact is monumental. They create ripples that will reshape how you walk through the world, calm, composed, and unstoppable. You might be thinking, but what about when they push too far, when their words cut too deep? That's where the magic of silent strength comes into play. It's not about suppressing your emotions. It's about channeling them into something productive. It's about realizing that reacting to every provocation only feeds the fire of negativity. Instead, you learn to respond with poise, or not respond at all, and let your actions speak louder than any words ever could. Picture this. A person hurls insults, expecting you to flinch, to defend yourself, to retaliate. But instead, you stand firm. You don't give them the satisfaction of seeing you falter. Your calm, unshaken presence says everything that needs to be said. I am beyond your reach. This is not arrogance. It's a quiet assurance rooted in knowing your worth. Over time, their efforts to provoke you will lose their power, and you'll find yourself walking through life with a sense of peace that no one can take away. This approach doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you wiser. When you're not consumed by the need to prove yourself, you gain clarity. You start to see things for what they are. Petty jabs become opportunities for growth. Criticism becomes a mirror to refine yourself, and rejection becomes redirection towards something greater. This clarity is a gift that allows you to rise above the noise and focus on what truly matters: your goals, your growth, your peace. But there's more to this journey than standing tall. True silent power isn't just about resilience, it's about transformation. It's about taking the negativity thrown your way and turning it into fuel for self-improvement. When others see you thriving despite their efforts to bring you down, it shakes them to their core. Why? Because it's proof that their opinions, their doubts, their scorn hold no sway over you. And that, my friend, is a power they cannot touch. It's not just about the external changes others see, it's about the internal shift you feel. There's a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you're in control of your own narrative. When you set boundaries without needing to explain them, when you elevate your standards without asking for permission, when you choose to walk away from toxic situations without regret, you reclaim your life in ways that ripple through every area of your existence. You'll find that the less you chase approval, the more respect you command. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice, a commitment to yourself. There will be moments when it feels easier to give in, to react, to let their words seep into your mind. But every time you choose to remain calm, to focus on your growth instead of their judgment, you strengthen a muscle that will serve you for a lifetime. And here's the beauty of it. With time, this way of being becomes second nature. You no longer feel the urge to prove your worth to anyone, because you've already proven it to yourself. As you walk this path, you'll discover something remarkable. The people who once doubted you, who tried to tear you down, will begin to fade into the background. Their power over you diminishes, replaced by a quiet strength that radiates from within. You don't need to win them over or make them see your value. Your actions will speak for themselves. And for those who still hold on to their disdain, your silence will be deafening. There's nothing more unsettling to those who despise you than realizing they have no power to affect you. So, as you take your first step on this journey, remember this. You are not defined by others' opinions. You are defined by the choices you make, the strength you cultivate, and the peace you protect. Let their negativity be noise, not a narrative. Let your life be proof of what's possible when you focus on growth instead of grudges. And let your silent actions become a testament to the unshakable power that lies within you. Now, the question is not whether you can rise above, it's whether you're ready to. The tools, the wisdom, the strength are already within your reach. All that's left is for you to claim them and let the world see, without a single word, just how unstoppable you truly are. The power of tranquility is like an unshakable anchor in the storms of life. Criticism and negativity often strike with the force of a tempest, testing your strength and resilience. But what if every insult, every disparaging remark could become fuel for your growth rather than a weapon to bring you down? The ability to turn criticism into calm strength isn't just a skill, it's a form of mastery that few ever achieve. Those who do, however, become untouchable, not because they evade challenges, but because they rise above them with a quiet, immovable presence. This chapter will unfold the path to mastering emotional tranquility, a state of inner peace so profound that it disarms even the harshest detractors. It's not about suppressing emotions, but cultivating a mindset that transforms turmoil into clarity, reaction into reflection, and anger into strength. Here, you'll discover how tranquility can be your greatest asset, a source of unyielding power that silences the noise around you without a single word spoken. Emotional tranquility begins with understanding the nature of criticism. Words meant to hurt often reveal more about the critic than the target. Criticism is rarely about you. It's a reflection of the other person's insecurities, fears, or frustrations. Knowing this shifts your perspective. You stop personalizing every remark and start viewing negativity as noise that doesn't deserve to penetrate your peace. This shift alone can be life-changing. It grants you the space to evaluate words without the sting of emotional reaction, allowing you to assess whether there's value in what's being said or if it's simply an attempt to provoke. The key to disarming criticism lies in detachment. When you detach yourself from the need for approval, you free yourself from the burden of others' opinions. This detachment isn't indifference, it's clarity. It allows you to see criticism objectively, sifting through the rubble to find any useful feedback while discarding the rest. Detachment is cultivated through intentional practices such as journaling, where you reflect on your interactions without judgment. Writing about what was said and why it affected you can help untangle emotional reactions from logical understanding. Over time, this habit strengthens your ability to respond calmly rather than react impulsively. Mastering tranquility also involves regulating your physiological responses to stress. Criticism often triggers a fight-or-flight response, an instinctive reaction that floods the body with adrenaline and clouds judgment. Grounding techniques like deep breathing can counteract this response. Slow, deliberate breaths signal to your brain that you're safe, calming your nervous system and helping you regain composure. Pair this with mindfulness practices that keep you rooted in the present moment, and you'll find that external provocations lose their power to unsettle you. An often overlooked aspect of tranquility is the power of perspective. Adopting a broader view of life's challenges puts criticism into context. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, reminded himself daily of life's transience, understanding that both praise and blame are fleeting. When you see criticism as a momentary occurrence rather than a defining event, it loses its sting. Perspective allows you to zoom out and focus on the bigger picture, reminding you that a single person's opinion is insignificant in the grand scheme of your journey. Tranquility is not passive. It requires proactive effort to maintain. One of the most powerful ways to protect your inner peace is to set clear boundaries. This doesn't mean building walls to shut people out, but establishing limits that safeguard your energy and focus. When someone criticizes unfairly or crosses a line, responding with calm assertiveness signals that their behavior is unacceptable without escalating the situation. This could be as simple as saying, "I appreciate your feedback, but I don't find it helpful in this form." Such responses demonstrate strength and self-respect, effectively neutralizing hostility. Turning criticism into calm strength also involves cultivating empathy, not for the purpose of excusing bad behavior, but to understand it. When you see criticism through the lens of compassion, it becomes easier to remain composed. You start to recognize that harsh words often stem from pain or insecurity. This doesn't mean tolerating disrespect, but it does allow you to respond with grace rather than defensiveness. Empathy transforms interactions. It can de-escalate tension and leave critics questioning their approach. Another cornerstone of tranquility is building self-trust. The more confident you are in your values, skills, and intentions, the less impact others' opinions will have on you. Self-trust comes from consistently aligning your actions with your principles. When you know you've acted with integrity, criticism becomes less about questioning your worth and more about reaffirming your path. Building self-trust requires honest self-assessment. Take time to reflect on your choices and evaluate whether they align with the person you want to be. This self-awareness becomes a shield against external doubt, reinforcing your sense of purpose. A quiet but powerful tactic for maintaining tranquility is the art of non-engagement. Not every criticism requires a response. Sometimes the most impactful reaction is no reaction at all. Silence can be disarming. It denies the critic the validation they seek and demonstrates that their words hold no sway over you. This doesn't mean ignoring all feedback, but choosing your battles wisely. Reserve your energy for conversations that add value or lead to growth, and let the rest fade into the background. Tranquility is also nurtured by gratitude. While it may seem counterintuitive, finding something to appreciate even in the face of criticism can shift your mindset from defensiveness to openness. Gratitude shifts focus away from what's wrong and toward what's right, reminding you of the abundance in your life that no critic can take away. It might be as simple as appreciating the opportunity to learn resilience, or valuing the clarity that criticism brings to areas of improvement. Gratitude turns every encounter, good or bad, into a stepping stone toward growth. Resilience is a natural byproduct of tranquility. Each time you navigate criticism with calm strength, you build emotional muscle. Over time, what once felt overwhelming becomes manageable, even trivial. This resilience extends beyond criticism. It equips you to face all forms of adversity with grace. Life will always have its storms, but with tranquility as your foundation, you can weather them with unwavering confidence. Tranquility isn't just about enduring criticism, it's about thriving in spite of it. When you embrace calm strength, you reclaim your power. Critics lose their ability to define you, and you become the architect of your own narrative. This freedom allows you to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your goals, and your peace. It's not about silencing others. It's about amplifying the voice within you that says, "I am enough." Criticism will always exist, but how it affects you is entirely within your control. By mastering tranquility, you transform negativity into a catalyst for strength, turning every challenge into an opportunity to rise higher. This isn't just a lesson in emotional resilience, it's a blueprint for living with unshakable peace and purpose. Tranquility is a foundation, but resilience is the structure you build upon it. While emotional calm helps you face criticism without flinching, silent resilience ensures you can stand tall in the face of negativity without being drawn into its trap. When the world tests your resolve, the ability to maintain composure, not as an act of suppression, but as a deliberate choice, becomes a mark of strength that leaves others in awe. Non-reaction isn't passivity. It's an assertion of control over yourself and a refusal to let anyone dictate your state of mind. Silent resilience begins with cultivating an inner confidence that does not depend on external validation. When you understand your worth, you are less likely to seek acknowledgement from those who doubt you. This confidence grows from consistently aligning your actions with your values. When you know you've acted with integrity, the noise of negativity becomes irrelevant. To build this kind of inner confidence, commit to daily reflection. Assess your decisions, ensuring they reflect your character and long-term goals. With this clarity, external negativity starts to feel insignificant, like a breeze brushing past instead of a storm knocking you down. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is learning the art of de-escalation. When negativity comes your way, it often thrives on engagement. A sharp retort, an emotional response, or even visible frustration fuels the fire, giving the other person exactly what they seek. Silent resilience denies them this satisfaction. By refusing to engage, you take the wind out of their sails. Non-engagement isn't about ignoring the situation entirely, but about choosing a measured response, or choosing none at all. This can be practiced through controlled body language. A calm demeanor, steady eye contact, or even a neutral facial expression can communicate strength more effectively than words ever could. Non-reaction also involves managing your internal dialogue. It's natural to feel anger or frustration when faced with negativity, but silent resilience means not letting these emotions take control. Start by acknowledging the feelings without judgment. This simple act creates space between the emotion and your response, allowing you to act intentionally rather than react impulsively. Techniques such as mindfulness can be invaluable here. By staying present and observing your thoughts without attaching to them, you can maintain your composure even in challenging situations. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to respond to negativity with calm and clarity. Another aspect of silent resilience is recognizing that negativity often reflects the other person's struggles rather than your shortcomings. When someone lashes out, it's usually because of their own frustrations, fears, or insecurities. This awareness shifts your perspective, making their words feel less personal. Instead of viewing negativity as an attack, you see it as noise from a wounded source. This perspective fosters compassion, not to excuse the behavior, but to understand it. When you can approach negativity with empathy, it loses its power to unsettle you. Resilience is also strengthened through preparation. Knowing that negativity is inevitable allows you to develop strategies to handle it before it arises. Visualize scenarios where you might face criticism or hostility and plan your responses. Practice rehearsing calm and confident reactions, both in your mind and with trusted allies. This kind of mental preparation makes you less likely to be caught off guard, giving you the upper hand in maintaining composure. Your environment plays a crucial role in building silent resilience. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you. When your support system reflects positivity and encouragement, it becomes easier to withstand the negativity from others. This doesn't mean you avoid challenges or difficult people entirely. It means balancing those interactions with ones that replenish your strength. Additionally, create physical spaces that promote calm. Whether it's a clutter-free desk, a peaceful corner for reflection, or even a routine that includes moments of stillness, these habits reinforce your ability to remain grounded. Silent resilience isn't about avoiding negativity. It's about reframing how you view it. Challenges, setbacks, and criticism are inevitable, but they're also opportunities for growth. When someone doubts you, let it ignite a quiet determination within. Use their skepticism as motivation to improve and achieve, not for their approval, but for your own sense of accomplishment. The best form of resilience is progress. When you channel negativity into action, you turn adversity into momentum, silencing critics with the undeniable evidence of your success. Setting boundaries is another essential component of resilience. Allowing unchecked negativity into your life drains your energy and undermines your resolve. Establishing clear limits on what you will tolerate protects your peace and reinforces your strength. These boundaries don't always need to be verbal. Actions often speak louder. For instance, distancing yourself from toxic conversations or declining to engage in unproductive arguments sends a clear message without the need for confrontation. Over time, others will come to understand that your silence is not a weakness, but a declaration of self-respect. Resilience also involves mastering the art of delayed response. In heated situations, the urge to react immediately can be overwhelming, but silence can serve as a powerful pause, giving you time to assess the situation before responding. This pause is not a sign of hesitation, but of strength. It shows you're in control of your emotions and not ruled by the heat of the moment. During this pause, consider the long-term impact of your response. Will it escalate the conflict or diffuse it? Will it align with your values or compromise them? This deliberate approach ensures that your actions reflect your resilience rather than your frustration. Another layer of silent resilience is focusing on what you can control. Negativity often stems from factors beyond your influence, other people's opinions, behaviors, or emotions. Trying to change these external elements is futile and exhausting. Instead, direct your energy inward, toward your own actions, thoughts, and reactions. This focus not only strengthens your resolve, but also empowers you to navigate challenges with clarity and purpose. When you concentrate on what's within your control, negativity from others becomes a mere distraction rather than a defining force. Building resilience requires consistency. It's not a skill you develop overnight, but a practice you cultivate daily. Small, intentional actions add up over time. Whether it's starting your day with a moment of gratitude, taking a walk to clear your mind, or setting aside time for reflection, these habits reinforce your ability to remain composed in the face of adversity. Each moment of calm you create becomes a building block for a more resilient self. Ultimately, silent resilience is about reclaiming your power. When you choose not to respond to negativity, you deny it the ability to affect you. You become the master of your emotions, not a slave to the whims of others. This power is liberating. It frees you to focus on your goals, your growth, and your peace. It allows you to walk through life with confidence, knowing that no words or actions from others can shake your foundation. Negativity may always exist, but its impact on you doesn't have to. Through silent resilience, you learn to stand tall, not as a shield against the world, but as a beacon of strength and composure. You don't need to prove your worth to those who doubt you. Your calm, steady presence speaks volumes. As you continue to cultivate this resilience, you'll find that the noise around you fades, leaving space for the clarity, purpose, and strength that truly define who you are. Standing tall in silence is a strength, but observation turns that strength into strategy. When you speak less and observe more, you begin to see what others miss. Listening deeply, not just with your ears but with your attention, uncovers truths hidden beneath words. Strategic silence is not about withdrawing, it's about positioning yourself to understand, anticipate, and act with precision. The ability to quietly observe can be transformative, shifting dynamics in your favor without confrontation or effort. Observation is a discipline, one that sharpens your awareness of people's intentions, patterns, and unspoken emotions. It begins with quieting your own internal chatter so you're fully present in the moment. Too often, conversations are a battlefield where people fight to be heard, but listening with intent allows you to win without engaging. By focusing on others rather than preparing your next response, you learn more than words can reveal. You notice the subtleties, the hesitation in their voice, the shift in their posture, the flicker of doubt in their eyes. These small cues hold immense value, offering insight into their thoughts and motivations. The art of observation requires practice in slowing down. In a fast-paced world, pausing to absorb your surroundings can feel counterproductive, but this stillness is where clarity lives. Begin with simple exercises like watching a conversation unfold without interrupting. Pay attention to what's said, and more importantly, what's left unsaid. Notice the rhythm of the dialogue, the tone of each participant, and the dynamics of their interaction. Over time, this practice sharpens your ability to decode unspoken messages, giving you an advantage in any setting. Listening more and speaking less doesn't mean muting your voice. It means choosing your words with purpose. When you observe first, you can respond with precision, ensuring your words carry weight. Each response becomes deliberate, not reactionary, which subtly shifts the balance of power in your favor. People naturally lean into someone who speaks thoughtfully, as it signals confidence and control. Your restraint becomes your strength, making your presence felt even in silence. Another layer of observation is understanding emotional currents. People often communicate their true feelings through nonverbal signals rather than words. Facial expressions, hand gestures, or even a simple sigh can reveal what they're unwilling or unable to articulate. Developing an awareness of these cues requires patience and a willingness to study human behavior without judgment. As you refine this skill, you'll notice patterns, how stress manifests in body language, how excitement quickens speech, or how discomfort causes avoidance. These insights allow you to respond not just to what someone says, but to what they feel, creating deeper connections and better outcomes. Observation also teaches you when to engage and when to hold back. There's power in knowing when silence is more impactful than words. Many arguments and misunderstandings could be avoided if people pause to observe before speaking. Silence can be a tool to diffuse tension, giving others space to reconsider their words or actions. In negotiations, for example, a well-placed silence can make the other party reveal more than they intended, tipping the scales in your favor. This is not manipulation, but a strategic use of observation to guide interactions toward a constructive resolution. Careful observation also exposes the intentions of those who underestimate you. People who doubt you often telegraph their thoughts through subtle actions, underhanded remarks, dismissive glances, or evasive behavior. Instead of reacting emotionally, use these moments to gather information. Their actions reveal their insecurities, giving you the upper hand. When you remain calm and observant, they become more transparent, their underestimation of you becoming their vulnerability. In relationships, observation strengthens trust and understanding. When you truly listen to someone, they feel seen and valued. It's not about agreeing with everything they say, but about showing genuine interest in their perspective. This creates a foundation of respect, even in disagreement. Observation also helps you discern whether someone's intentions align with their words. A person's actions often speak louder than their promises, and by paying attention, you protect yourself from being misled. Observation is also a powerful tool for self-awareness. In studying others, you begin to notice your own tendencies, how you respond under pressure, the habits you fall into, or the assumptions you make. This self-awareness is critical for growth. It allows you to course correct, ensuring your actions align with your values and goals. For instance, you might notice that you interrupt during conversations when you feel strongly about something. Recognizing this habit gives you the opportunity to practice patience, strengthening your ability to listen deeply. Another benefit of observation is its ability to reduce impulsivity. When you take the time to observe before acting, you gain perspective that prevents rash decisions. This is especially valuable in high-stress situations where emotions can cloud judgment. Observation creates a buffer, a moment to evaluate your options and choose a response that serves your best interests. This deliberate approach not only protects your peace, but also enhances your credibility. People respect those who act thoughtfully rather than impulsively. The skill of observation also extends to recognizing opportunities. In silence, you notice openings that others miss. Whether it's spotting a chance to contribute in a meeting or identifying a gap in the market, observation equips you to act strategically. By paying attention to the details, you position yourself to seize opportunities that align with your strengths and ambitions. This proactive mindset separates you from those who rush forward blindly, giving you a distinct advantage. Strategic silence and observation are particularly powerful in conflict resolution. When emotions run high, stepping back to observe allows you to understand the root cause of the tension. Is the disagreement really about the issue at hand, or is it fueled by deeper frustrations or misunderstandings? Observation gives you the clarity to address the true problem, diffusing conflicts more effectively. It also prevents escalation, as your calm presence can inspire others to match your composure. Developing the art of observation also enhances your ability to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and the ability to read situations accurately allows you to navigate change with ease. Observation helps you anticipate shifts in dynamics, whether in relationships, work, or broader circumstances. By staying attuned to subtle changes, you can adjust your approach proactively rather than reacting out of necessity. This adaptability becomes a strength that others admire, reinforcing your resilience and effectiveness. Observation teaches humility. By listening more, you acknowledge that you don't have all the answers. This openness to learning fosters growth as you gain insights from others' experiences and perspectives. It also builds stronger connections as people are drawn to those who respect their viewpoints. Humility doesn't diminish your strength. It enhances it by grounding you in the reality that growth is a continuous process. Listening more and speaking less is not about silencing yourself, but about amplifying your understanding. Each moment of observation adds to your arsenal of knowledge, equipping you to act with purpose and clarity. Over time, this habit reshapes how you interact with the world, making you not only more aware, but also more impactful. The ability to observe deeply and respond thoughtfully is a skill that transcends situations, serving you in every area of life. When you master this art, you gain an edge that no amount of noise or posturing can replicate. Understanding the world through silence and observation reveals truths that often remain hidden. Yet, observation alone is not enough. The ability to take what you've learned and use it to grow is where transformation begins. Criticism, especially when rooted in negativity, can feel like a weight dragging you down. But what if that weight could become a tool for building strength? What if every harsh word, every unfair judgment, could be reshaped into a stepping stone that propels you forward? The secret lies in transforming criticism into personal growth, a process that not only enhances your abilities, but also fortifies your character. The first step in using criticism as a catalyst for growth is to separate the message from the messenger. Often, criticism comes wrapped in layers of emotion, anger, envy, or frustration that have little to do with you. It's easy to take these emotional undertones personally, but doing so clouds your judgment and makes it harder to extract value from what's being said. Instead, focus on the core message. Ask yourself, is there any truth in their words? Even when delivered harshly, feedback often contains kernels of insight that can guide you toward improvement. To extract this value, approach criticism with curiosity rather than defensiveness. Curiosity shifts your mindset from reacting emotionally to seeking understanding. When criticized, pause and ask questions, either internally or directly to the person offering the critique. What specific actions are they referencing? What outcomes are they expecting? This approach not only helps you clarify their perspective, but also demonstrates maturity and a willingness to grow. It disarms negativity, turning potentially hostile interactions into opportunities for constructive dialogue. Another powerful tool in transforming criticism is self-reflection. Criticism, whether fair or unfair, can serve as a mirror, reflecting areas where you can grow. Take time to evaluate your actions objectively. Are there patterns in the feedback you receive? If multiple people point out similar issues, it may indicate a blind spot you need to address. Self-reflection isn't about beating yourself up. It's about honest assessment and setting intentions for improvement. Keeping a journal can be invaluable here, allowing you to track feedback and document the steps you're taking to grow. Criticism also provides an opportunity to practice resilience. Negative feedback can sting, but resilience is built by learning to absorb that sting without letting it define you. Start by acknowledging the discomfort criticism brings instead of suppressing it. This acknowledgement allows you to process your emotions and move past them rather than being stuck in a cycle of frustration or self-doubt. Resilience grows with each instance where you face criticism and choose to grow from it rather than shrink under its weight. A key aspect of using criticism for growth is focusing on what you can control. You can't change how others perceive you or the words they choose to deliver their feedback. What you can control is how you respond and what you do with that feedback. Channel your energy into actionable steps that align with your goals. For example, if someone critiques your presentation skills, consider taking a public speaking course or practicing with trusted colleagues. When criticism becomes a roadmap for improvement rather than a source of frustration, it loses its power to harm and instead becomes a tool for empowerment. Another way to harness criticism is by viewing it as free education. Every critique, whether warranted or not, gives you insights into how others view your work, behavior, or skills. This perspective transforms criticism from a personal attack into a learning opportunity. By analyzing the feedback, you gain a better understanding of the expectations and perceptions of those around you, which can help you adapt and refine your approach. It's also important to remember that not all criticism is valid or worth internalizing. Part of personal growth is discerning which feedback aligns with your values and goals. Some criticism stems from misunderstanding, bias, or the critic's insecurities, and absorbing it would do more harm than good. Developing this discernment requires self-awareness and a clear sense of purpose. When you know what you stand for and where you're headed, it becomes easier to filter out noise and focus on feedback that genuinely helps you grow. Criticism can also fuel creativity. Negative feedback often highlights areas where innovation is needed. If someone critiques your approach or results, use that as motivation to think outside the box and explore new methods. Creativity thrives in challenges, and criticism, when reframed as a challenge to improve, can spark fresh ideas and solutions. Instead of resisting critique, lean into it as an invitation to expand your skills and perspectives. One of the most rewarding aspects of transforming criticism into growth is the confidence it builds. Each time you use feedback to enhance your abilities, you prove to yourself that you are capable of learning and evolving. This self-assurance becomes a foundation for facing future criticism with grace and determination. Confidence born from growth isn't rooted in ego, but in the quiet knowledge that you have the resilience and adaptability to thrive in any situation. Turning criticism into growth also involves practicing gratitude. While it may seem counterintuitive, being thankful for feedback, even when it's delivered poorly, shifts your mindset. Gratitude allows you to focus on the opportunity to learn rather than the discomfort of the critique. This doesn't mean ignoring the sting of harsh words, but acknowledging that they pushed you toward improvement. Over time, this mindset creates a positive feedback loop where you actively seek out constructive criticism because you recognize its value in helping you reach your potential. To fully transform criticism into personal growth, it's essential to surround yourself with a supportive network. Seek out mentors, peers, and friends who provide honest feedback with your best interests at heart. Their constructive criticism serves as a counterbalance to the negativity you may encounter elsewhere. Having a trusted circle also gives you a safe space to process feedback and brainstorm ways to act on it. This support system reinforces your growth journey, reminding you that you're not alone. Embracing feedback as part of your growth process also strengthens your emotional intelligence. Learning to manage your reactions to criticism, whether it's staying calm under fire or showing empathy toward the critic, deepens your emotional awareness. This emotional intelligence enhances your relationships and helps you navigate challenges with greater ease. Over time, you'll find that your ability to respond thoughtfully to criticism becomes one of your greatest strengths. Criticism, at its core, is a reflection of how others perceive you, but it doesn't define who you are. By choosing to grow from it rather than be diminished by it, you reclaim your power. This transformation isn't about proving your critics wrong, but about proving to yourself that you can rise above negativity. Each step you take toward growth is a testament to your resilience, adaptability, and commitment to becoming your best self. Ultimately, criticism is only as powerful as the meaning you assign to it. By reframing it as a catalyst for growth, you strip it of its ability to harm and turn it into a force for good. Growth through criticism is not just about building skills, it's about building character. It's about showing yourself that no matter what others say or how they say it, you have the strength to rise, evolve, and thrive. Through this journey, you don't just grow, you transform. Growth through criticism builds a foundation of resilience, but self-improvement elevates you to a level where external opinions no longer dictate your worth. There's a profound strength in quietly honing your abilities, progressing in silence while the world takes notice only through the results you achieve. This silent confidence, born from dedicated self-improvement, is unshakable. It doesn't seek applause or validation. It thrives in the quiet satisfaction of knowing you are becoming your best self, not to prove anything to others, but because you deserve it. Self-improvement begins with a commitment to mastery, the pursuit of excellence in whatever you choose to focus on. It requires deliberate practice, not random bursts of effort. Deliberate practice means identifying specific skills to develop, setting measurable goals, and consistently working toward them. This approach builds competence step by step, creating a solid foundation rather than relying on fleeting moments of brilliance. For example, if you aim to improve your communication skills, you might dedicate time each week to refining your articulation, studying the techniques of great speakers, or practicing active listening. Progress in these small, focused efforts accumulates over time, creating visible and meaningful growth. Silent confidence grows when you trust the process of self-improvement without needing immediate validation. In a world where results are often flaunted prematurely, keeping your progress private can feel counterintuitive. Yet, it's in this privacy that you find freedom. You aren't improving for recognition, so you're not shackled by the pressure to perform for an audience. This independence allows you to focus entirely on the work at hand. Each milestone becomes a celebration of your discipline, unclouded by external expectations. It's a quiet triumph that reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve whatever you set your mind to. Part of self-improvement is understanding that growth is non-linear. Progress often comes in cycles, periods of rapid advancement followed by plateaus. Silent confidence means embracing these plateaus as part of the process rather than signs of failure. These quieter phases allow for reflection and refinement, giving you time to assess your direction and recalibrate. For instance, if you're learning a new skill and feel stuck, shifting your perspective to focus on incremental progress can reignite your motivation. This patience not only keeps you moving forward, but also deepens your appreciation for the journey itself. Another layer of silent self-improvement is recognizing the value of solitude. Growth requires time and space to reflect, experiment, and push boundaries without the distractions of external noise. Solitude isn't isolation, it's an intentional retreat to focus on your goals. During these moments, you can evaluate your progress honestly, without comparison to others. Solitude creates clarity, allowing you to connect with your aspirations on a deeper level. It's here that silent confidence takes root, as you realize that your worth is defined by your effort, not by how others perceive you. Building silent confidence also involves cultivating discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. It's waking up early to work on your craft, showing up even when motivation wanes, and making sacrifices that others might not understand. Discipline isn't glamorous, but it's where real progress happens. Each small act of discipline reinforces your belief in your ability to follow through. Over time, this self-trust grows into confidence that doesn't waver, even in the face of challenges or setbacks. One of the most transformative aspects of silent self-improvement is the ability to surprise others, not through grand announcements, but through undeniable results. When you let your accomplishments speak for themselves, you project a quiet strength that commands respect. There's no need for boasting or seeking validation. Your progress is evident in your actions and achievements. This understated confidence is magnetic, drawing others to you without you having to demand their attention. It's a power that feels effortless because it's built on genuine effort and authenticity. Self-improvement also requires humility, the ability to acknowledge where you need to grow without letting it undermine your self-worth. Humility doesn't mean downplaying your strengths. It means being honest about your weaknesses and addressing them head-on. This honesty fosters a growth mindset where every challenge is an opportunity to learn. Silent confidence thrives in this mindset because it's rooted in the belief that improvement is always possible. Instead of fearing failure, you see it as a natural part of growth, a stepping stone on the path to mastery. Another essential component of silent self-improvement is consistency. True growth doesn't come from sporadic bursts of effort, but from sustained, intentional practice over time. Consistency builds momentum, turning small daily actions into habits that drive lasting change. For example, reading a chapter of a book on leadership each day might seem insignificant at first, but over a year, it can transform your perspective and decision-making skills. This quiet, steady approach to self-improvement becomes a source of confidence because you know you're making progress, even if it's not immediately visible to others. Silent confidence also grows through the relationships you cultivate. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire and challenge you creates an environment that supports your growth. These relationships aren't about competition or validation, but about mutual respect and encouragement. Being part of a community that values growth helps you stay accountable while also reminding you that self-improvement is a shared journey. At the same time, silent self-improvement requires setting boundaries with those who drain your energy or undermine your efforts. Protecting your focus is an act of self-respect that reinforces your commitment to growth. Another critical aspect of self-improvement is the ability to adapt. Growth often requires you to step out of your comfort zone and embrace uncertainty. Silent confidence comes from knowing that you can handle whatever challenges arise because you've prepared yourself through consistent effort. This adaptability allows you to seize opportunities that others might shy away from, further fueling your progress. It's a mindset that says, "I may not know everything now, but I trust my ability to learn and grow." Self-improvement is also about aligning your actions with your values. Silent confidence flourishes when you live authentically, making choices that reflect your true priorities rather than external expectations. This alignment creates a sense of inner peace, as you know you're staying true to yourself. For example, if one of your values is creativity, dedicating time each day to artistic pursuits becomes an act of self-respect. This quiet commitment to living in alignment with your values builds a confidence that doesn't rely on external validation. Silent self-improvement is about celebrating progress without complacency. Each milestone, no matter how small, is a testament to your effort and determination. Acknowledging these achievements reinforces your belief in your ability to grow, while also motivating you to continue pushing forward. This balance between satisfaction and ambition creates a cycle of growth that feels both fulfilling and sustainable. When you focus on self-improvement with quiet determination, you create a confidence that speaks louder than any words ever could. It's a confidence rooted in effort, authenticity, and resilience, a strength that no one can take from you. As you continue to elevate yourself, you'll find that the need for recognition fades, replaced by the profound satisfaction of knowing you're becoming the best version of yourself. Silent self-improvement builds an inner strength that speaks for itself, but to truly protect and nurture that growth, boundaries are essential. Boundaries are not barriers. They are the structure that ensures your energy, focus, and values remain intact. Yet, the most powerful boundaries don't require words. They are established through consistent actions and unspoken cues that communicate your standards without the need for confrontation. These silent boundaries become a shield, allowing you to maintain your peace while interacting with the world on your terms. Setting boundaries through actions begins with self-awareness. You must understand your own limits and priorities before you can enforce them effectively. Reflect on situations where you feel drained, disrespected, or overwhelmed. These moments often highlight areas where boundaries are lacking. By identifying what you need to feel respected and supported, you lay the groundwork for creating boundaries that align with your values. This clarity eliminates the confusion that often leads to over-explaining or justifying your decisions. Once you're clear about your boundaries, the key to enforcing them lies in consistency. Actions speak louder than words, and people respond to patterns more than declarations. For example, if you value uninterrupted focus during work hours, consistently avoid engaging in distractions or non-urgent matters during that time. Over time, your actions create an unspoken rule that others learn to respect. Consistency sends a clear message. This is what I expect, and I will honor it through my behavior. Body language plays a crucial role in non-verbal boundary setting. A confident posture, steady eye contact, and calm demeanor can convey strength and self-respect without saying a word. When someone encroaches on your boundaries, subtle cues like stepping back, crossing your arms, or maintaining a neutral expression can signal your discomfort without escalating the situation. These cues are especially effective because they are immediate and instinctual, often prompting the other person to adjust their behavior in real time. Time management is another powerful way to enforce boundaries silently. By controlling how and when you allocate your time, you establish clear limits on your availability. For instance, if you regularly decline last-minute requests or avoid overcommitting to obligations, you communicate that your time is valuable and cannot be taken for granted. Setting specific time blocks for your priorities and sticking to them reinforces this message. Over time, people will come to understand and respect your schedule without requiring lengthy explanations. One of the most challenging aspects of boundary setting is dealing with those who test your limits. Silent boundaries are particularly effective here because they minimize conflict. Instead of engaging in arguments or justifications, you can use your actions to enforce your limits. For instance, if someone interrupts you repeatedly during a conversation, pausing briefly and resuming your point calmly signals that their behavior won't derail you. This approach maintains your authority without escalating tension. Learning to say no without words is another skill that strengthens silent boundaries. Declining requests or invitations doesn't always require verbal refusal. Actions like not responding immediately, redirecting the conversation, or focusing on your priorities can communicate your decision. For example, if someone persistently tries to involve you in gossip, redirecting the topic to something neutral or excusing yourself subtly shifts the dynamic without confrontation. This non-verbal approach often feels less abrasive while still protecting your boundaries. Silent boundaries also involve controlling access to your energy and resources. Not everyone deserves the same level of access to your time, attention, or emotional investment. By being selective about who you engage with and how deeply, you create a natural filter that preserves your well-being. For instance, limiting your interaction with individuals who consistently drain your energy sends a clear signal that their behavior is unacceptable without the need for direct confrontation. Another critical aspect of silent boundary setting is leading by example. When you model the behavior you expect from others, you establish a standard that encourages respect. If you value punctuality, consistently arriving on time communicates your commitment and sets an expectation for others to do the same. If you prioritize kindness, treating others with respect reinforces the kind of interactions you're willing to engage in. Leading by example eliminates the need for lengthy explanations because your actions clearly demonstrate your values. Boundaries are also reinforced through silence itself. When someone pushes against your limits, choosing not to respond immediately can be a powerful statement. Silence creates space for reflection, allowing the other person to consider their behavior without the distraction of a verbal reaction. This pause often leads to self-correction as they recognize the boundary you've set. Silence can also be used to de-escalate tension, ensuring that your interactions remain constructive rather than confrontational. It's important to remember that silent boundaries are not about avoidance, but about clarity. They are not an excuse to dodge difficult conversations, but a way to communicate respect and self-worth through your actions. For instance, if someone constantly interrupts your personal time with work-related issues, responding only during designated hours reinforces the boundary you've set, without the need for repeated explanations. This approach demonstrates that you respect both your time and theirs, creating a more balanced dynamic. Practicing silent boundary setting also requires emotional discipline. When someone challenges your boundaries, it's natural to feel frustration or a desire to defend yourself. However, reacting emotionally often undermines the strength of your boundary. Instead, focus on maintaining composure and redirecting your energy toward enforcing your limits through actions. This discipline not only strengthens your boundaries, but also builds your resilience as you learn to navigate challenges without being derailed by emotional reactions. Silent boundaries can also be strengthened through intentional disengagement. Walking away from situations or relationships that consistently violate your boundaries sends a powerful message. This doesn't mean giving up at the first sign of difficulty, but recognizing when efforts to maintain a respectful dynamic are no longer effective. By choosing to disengage, you protect your well-being and create space for healthier connections. This act of self-respect often inspires others to re-evaluate their behavior as they realize the consequences of their actions. Maintaining silent boundaries also involves embracing self-care as a priority. When you take care of yourself, you reinforce the message that your well-being matters. Actions like setting aside time for rest, pursuing activities that bring you joy, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle communicate that you value yourself. These habits not only strengthen your boundaries, but also create a ripple effect, encouraging others to treat you with the same respect you show yourself. Over time, silent boundaries become second nature. They are not about isolating yourself, but about creating a space where you can thrive. Through consistent actions, thoughtful choices, and emotional discipline, you establish a presence that commands respect without the need for words. These boundaries become a reflection of your self-worth, protecting your peace while allowing you to engage with the world authentically. They are a quiet but powerful testament to the strength that comes from honoring yourself. Silent boundaries protect your energy and create space for growth, but true freedom comes when you detach yourself from the need for external validation. The constant chase for approval from others can feel like running on a treadmill, exhausting, unending, and ultimately futile. Letting go of that need isn't about isolation or indifference. It's about reclaiming your sense of worth from within. Detachment isn't a lack of care. It's the liberation that comes from valuing your opinion of yourself more than anyone else's. Detachment begins with understanding the roots of validation-seeking behavior. Often, the desire for approval stems from early experiences where praise felt tied to love, worth, or acceptance. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward change. When you realize that the approval you seek is often a reflection of someone else's standards, not your own, you begin to see how unnecessary it is. Awareness helps you separate what truly matters to you from the expectations others may have imposed. Releasing the need for validation requires redefining success on your terms. External validation often pushes you to meet goals that don't align with your values, creating a constant sense of dissatisfaction. By taking time to reflect on what genuinely fulfills you, you shift your focus inward. Success becomes less about applause and more about personal growth and alignment with your principles. For example, instead of seeking recognition at work, you might prioritize contributing meaningfully to your projects. This shift not only frees you from external pressures, but also deepens your sense of purpose. One of the most powerful tools for mastering detachment is self-awareness. Pay attention to moments when you feel the urge to seek approval, whether it's posting on social media, over-explaining your decisions, or hesitating to take action without reassurance. These moments are opportunities to pause and ask yourself why external validation feels necessary. Over time, this practice weakens the habit, replacing it with a stronger reliance on your own judgment and self-assurance. Another key to letting go of the need for validation is learning to value process over outcome. Seeking external approval often focuses on results, achievements that others will notice and applaud. Detachment, on the other hand, allows you to find joy in the effort and growth that comes with pursuing your goals. When the process itself becomes rewarding, the opinions of others hold less sway. For instance, if you're learning a new skill, the satisfaction of improving day by day becomes more important than whether others notice your progress. Detachment also involves building emotional independence. The need for validation often ties your happiness to the opinions of others, making you vulnerable to their judgments. Emotional independence means finding contentment within yourself, regardless of external circumstances. Practices like gratitude journaling, mindfulness, or simply spending time alone can help you strengthen this independence. When you cultivate a sense of inner peace, you become less reliant on others to affirm your worth. A significant part of mastering detachment is embracing imperfection. The desire for validation often stems from a fear of judgment or rejection. By accepting that you are human, with flaws and strengths alike, you disarm the power of criticism. Imperfection becomes a natural part of your journey rather than something to hide or avoid. This acceptance doesn't mean complacency. It means acknowledging where you are while working toward where you want to be. It's freeing to realize that growth, not perfection, is the ultimate goal. Letting go of the need for validation also requires understanding that not everyone's opinion is valuable. The voices that matter most are those that align with your values and encourage your growth. Learning to discern constructive feedback from mere judgment allows you to filter out noise and focus on what truly helps you improve. For example, if a trusted mentor offers insights into your work, it's worth considering, while a casual critique from someone uninformed about your efforts can be dismissed. Detachment becomes easier when you surround yourself with supportive environments. People who value you for who you are, not what you do, create a foundation of unconditional respect and acceptance. This environment helps you internalize the belief that your worth is not tied to external achievements or opinions. Conversely, minimizing time spent with those who consistently undermine or belittle you reinforces your boundaries and strengthens your detachment. Another strategy for mastering detachment is focusing on intrinsic motivation. When your actions stem from your own desires and values, they carry a deeper sense of fulfillment. This intrinsic drive replaces the fleeting satisfaction of external praise with lasting contentment. For instance, if you pursue a creative hobby purely because it brings you joy, the lack of external recognition won't diminish its value. This shift in motivation empowers you to act authentically and unapologetically. Detachment also involves practicing non-reaction. Validation-seeking behavior often manifests as over-explaining, defending your choices, or seeking reassurance. By choosing silence in these moments, you reclaim your power. Non-reaction doesn't mean ignoring feedback, but rather pausing to assess its relevance before responding. This pause creates space for reflection, allowing you to act intentionally rather than out of habit. Over time, this practice builds a quiet confidence that needs no external reinforcement. Mastering detachment is deeply tied to self-trust. When you trust your ability to make decisions, handle challenges, and navigate uncertainty, the need for others' approval diminishes. Building this trust requires consistent action. Each time you make a choice based on your own values and follow through with integrity, you reinforce your belief in yourself. This trust becomes a foundation that supports you even when external validation is absent. A powerful mindset for detachment is focusing on the long term. External approval often satisfies short-term desires, but rarely contributes to lasting fulfillment. By keeping your long-term goals in mind, you prioritize what truly matters over fleeting validation. This perspective helps you make decisions that align with your values and aspirations, even if they go unnoticed by others. It reminds you that your journey is your own and doesn't need to be constantly validated to hold meaning. Detachment also involves cultivating a sense of neutrality toward praise and criticism. Both are temporary and often influenced by factors outside your control. By recognizing that neither defines your worth, you create emotional balance. This neutrality doesn't mean dismissing all feedback, but rather approaching it with curiosity and discernment. You take what's useful and leave the rest, maintaining your inner equilibrium regardless of external input. Letting go of validation requires ongoing practice and patience. It's a gradual process of unlearning deeply ingrained habits and replacing them with healthier alternatives. Celebrate small victories along the way, moments when you choose to trust yourself, embrace imperfection, or prioritize your own values. Each step strengthens your detachment, building a sense of self-worth that no external opinion can shake. As you master detachment, you'll discover a profound freedom. Without the constant need for validation, you can focus on what truly matters: your growth, your goals, and your peace. The opinions of others may come and go, but your confidence, built from within, will remain steady. This freedom is not about rejecting connection or feedback. It's about approaching both with a sense of strength and autonomy. It's about knowing that your worth has never depended on external approval and never will. Detachment frees you from the grip of validation, but understanding your critics with empathy turns potential conflict into an unexpected source of strength. Empathy is often misunderstood as a vulnerability, yet it carries a quiet power that few recognize. It's not about agreeing with those who undermine you. It's about seeing beyond their words to understand the emotions and motivations driving their behavior. This perspective allows you to respond with grace, unsettling their intent while reinforcing your own strength. Empathy begins with recognizing that criticism often reveals more about the critic than the criticized. People who lash out or undermine others are frequently projecting their own insecurities, frustrations, or fears. By understanding this, you can separate their words from their underlying struggles. This separation removes the sting of their comments, as you realize their negativity is more a reflection of their inner turmoil than a valid assessment of your actions or worth. Approaching critics with empathy requires emotional maturity. Instead of reacting defensively, take a moment to consider what might have prompted their behavior. Are they struggling with unmet expectations, jealousy, or a fear of being overshadowed? By seeking to understand their perspective, you gain a deeper insight into the dynamics at play. This understanding doesn't excuse their actions, but equips you to navigate the situation with calm and clarity. Listening deeply is one of the most effective ways to demonstrate empathy. When critics voice their concerns, resist the urge to interrupt or defend yourself. Let them express their thoughts fully before you respond. This not only shows respect, but also allows you to identify the emotions underlying their words. Often, people who criticize harshly feel unheard or undervalued, and giving them space to speak can diffuse their aggression. Your willingness to listen can transform a confrontation into a conversation, opening the door to a more constructive interaction. Empathy also involves recognizing the shared humanity in your critics. Everyone has insecurities, challenges, and moments of weakness. Acknowledging this common ground doesn't diminish your strength. It enhances it by grounding you in compassion. For example, if someone criticizes your work harshly, consider that they might be under pressure themselves or projecting their own fear of failure. This perspective shifts your focus from their hostility to their humanity, making it easier to respond with poise. Showing empathy doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or compromising your boundaries. It means responding in a way that reflects your strength and values. If a critic's words cross the line into personal attacks or malicious intent, empathy can still guide your response. Instead of lashing out, you might calmly state, "I value constructive feedback, but I won't engage with disrespect." This approach asserts your boundaries while maintaining your dignity, leaving no room for escalation. One of the most surprising effects of empathy is its ability to disarm critics. When someone seeks to undermine you, they often expect a defensive or angry reaction. Responding with calm understanding disrupts this expectation, leaving them unsure of how to proceed. This disruption is not about manipulation, but about breaking the cycle of negativity. Your empathy becomes a mirror, reflecting their behavior back to them in a way that encourages introspection. Empathy also strengthens your emotional resilience. Understanding your critics reduces the emotional impact of their words, as you no longer take them at face value. This resilience allows you to stay focused on your goals and values, even in the face of opposition. Instead of being derailed by negativity, you use it as an opportunity to practice compassion and reinforce your inner strength. Another powerful aspect of empathy is its ability to build bridges. While some critics may never change their perspective, others might be open to dialogue once they feel understood. By addressing their concerns with empathy, you create an opportunity for connection and mutual respect. This doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but it allows for a more meaningful exchange of ideas. Over time, this approach can transform adversarial relationships into ones marked by understanding, even if agreement is never reached. Empathy also fosters self-awareness. By analyzing your critic's feedback through an empathetic lens, you gain insight into how your actions are perceived and how you can improve. This self-awareness doesn't mean conforming to their expectations, but refining your approach in ways that align with your values. For example, if a colleague criticizes your communication style, listening empathetically might reveal areas where clarity could be improved. This willingness to grow demonstrates strength and adaptability, turning criticism into a tool for development. Practicing empathy requires patience and intention. It's not always easy to extend understanding to those who undermine you, especially when their words or actions feel unjust. However, empathy is not about excusing behavior, but about empowering yourself to respond from a place of strength rather than reactivity. Each time you choose empathy over anger, you reinforce your ability to navigate challenges with grace. Empathy also enhances your leadership skills. People are drawn to those who listen and seek to understand, even in difficult situations. By demonstrating empathy toward your critics, you set an example for others to follow, creating an environment where constructive dialogue thrives. This approach doesn't just benefit you, it elevates the entire dynamic, fostering respect and collaboration. Understanding your critics with empathy also helps you avoid unnecessary conflicts. When you approach criticism with curiosity instead of defensiveness, you diffuse tension and reduce the likelihood of escalation. This doesn't mean avoiding difficult conversations, but approaching them with a mindset that seeks resolution rather than victory. Over time, this approach builds a reputation for fairness and thoughtfulness, earning you respect even from those who disagree with you. Empathy can also be a tool for self-protection. By understanding the motivations behind criticism, you can assess whether the feedback is valid or simply a reflection of the critic's personal struggles. This discernment helps you filter out unhelpful noise while focusing on what truly matters. For example, if someone consistently undermines your efforts out of envy, recognizing this motivation allows you to disengage emotionally while staying focused on your goals. Ultimately, empathy is a reflection of your inner strength. It shows that you are confident enough in yourself to extend understanding even to those who challenge you. This strength is not about being unshakable, but about being adaptable and open to growth. Empathy transforms criticism from a source of conflict into an opportunity for connection and self-discovery. It is a quiet power that unsettles those who seek to undermine you while reinforcing your own resolve. As you cultivate empathy toward your critics, you'll find that their negativity loses its grip on you. Instead of reacting with frustration or doubt, you respond with clarity and compassion, turning challenges into opportunities for growth. This approach not only strengthens your character, but also inspires others to see the world and themselves through a more understanding lens. Empathy grants you clarity and strength in the face of criticism, but true transformation comes when you elevate your standards and demand respect through your actions. It's not about shouting your worth to the world. It's about living in a way that leaves no room for doubt. When you refuse to settle for less than what aligns with your values, you create a life that reflects your true worth. Respect, whether in relationships, ambitions, or daily interactions, is not given freely. It is cultivated through consistency, integrity, and the quiet power of unwavering standards. Elevating your standards begins with self-awareness. You must know what you stand for before you can demand respect for it. Reflect on your values, goals, and boundaries, and identify where you might be compromising out of fear, convenience, or habit. This self-assessment is not about dwelling on past mistakes, but about setting a clear vision for the life you want to lead. When you understand what matters most to you, your actions naturally align with those priorities, sending a powerful message to others about who you are and what you expect. One of the most effective ways to elevate your standards is to lead by example. Your actions set the tone for how others treat you. If you prioritize punctuality, follow through on commitments, and communicate with respect, you create a standard that others are more likely to mirror. This consistency reinforces your expectations without the need for lengthy explanations. People observe how you conduct yourself, and your behavior serves as a silent reminder of the respect you expect in return. Demanding respect doesn't mean imposing your standards on others. It means embodying them so fully that others feel compelled to rise to meet them. For example, if you value honesty, practice it unwaveringly in your own life. This integrity sets a precedent, making it clear that dishonesty has no place in your relationships or interactions. By holding yourself to the same standards you expect from others, you create an environment of mutual respect that fosters authenticity and trust. Another critical aspect of elevating your standards is knowing when to walk away. Staying in situations that compromise your values or diminish your worth sends the message that mediocrity is acceptable. Leaving such situations isn't always easy, but it's an essential act of self-respect. Whether it's ending a toxic relationship, declining an opportunity that doesn't align with your goals, or setting boundaries with someone who disrespects you, these decisions reinforce your commitment to a life that reflects your worth. Elevating your standards also requires setting clear boundaries. These boundaries are not about creating walls, but about defining the limits that protect your energy, time, and values. Boundaries don't need to be announced loudly. They are most effective when communicated through consistent actions. For instance, if you're committed to personal growth, prioritizing time for self-improvement over unproductive activities naturally establishes a boundary that others learn to respect. A powerful way to demand respect is by mastering the art of saying no. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your values, you dilute your focus and compromise your standards. Saying no is not about being difficult. It's about preserving your energy for what truly matters. Each no you confidently deliver reinforces your priorities, teaching others that your time and attention are not to be taken for granted. Your relationships play a significant role in shaping your standards. Surrounding yourself with people who uplift, challenge, and respect you creates a supportive environment for growth. Conversely, distancing yourself from those who consistently drain your energy or disregard your boundaries is an act of self-respect. These choices signal that you value quality over quantity in your connections, inspiring others to treat you with the respect you show yourself. Elevating your standards also involves setting ambitious but achievable goals. Settling for mediocrity in your aspirations sends a message to yourself and others that you're willing to accept less than your potential. By aiming higher and working diligently toward your goals, you demonstrate a commitment to excellence that commands respect. Your progress becomes a reflection of your standards, inspiring others while affirming your belief in your own worth. The way you carry yourself physically and emotionally also communicates your standards. Confidence, even in silence, speaks volumes. Maintaining eye contact, standing tall, and speaking with clarity all convey self-assurance, signaling to others that you expect to be taken seriously. Emotional composure, especially in challenging situations, reinforces this message. When you remain calm and focused, even under pressure, you project a strength that demands respect without needing to ask for it. Another aspect of elevating your standards is cultivating self-discipline. Respect begins with how you treat yourself, and self-discipline is a cornerstone of self-respect. Whether it's maintaining healthy habits, pursuing continuous learning, or managing your time effectively, your discipline reflects your commitment to growth. This consistency not only benefits you, but also sets an example for those around you, reinforcing the standards you expect in return. In professional settings, your work ethic and attention to detail are key indicators of your standards. Delivering high-quality work, meeting deadlines, and approaching challenges with a solutions-oriented mindset demonstrate your commitment to excellence. These actions build a reputation for reliability and integrity, earning respect from colleagues, clients, and leaders alike. Over time, this reputation becomes a powerful testament to your standards, influencing how others perceive and interact with you. Elevating your standards also involves embracing continuous growth. Stagnation signals complacency, while a commitment to improvement shows that you value progress over comfort. This growth mindset doesn't mean you're never satisfied, but rather that you're always looking for ways to refine and expand your abilities. By challenging yourself to learn new skills, explore different perspectives, and push beyond your comfort zone, you embody the principle of striving for excellence, inspiring respect from those who witness your journey. Respecting others is equally important in maintaining elevated standards. Treating people with kindness, fairness, and understanding sets a precedent for how you expect to be treated in return. Respect is reciprocal, and your actions create a ripple effect, encouraging others to rise to the level you exemplify. This mutual respect fosters stronger, more meaningful connections, reinforcing the foundation of your elevated standards. Another powerful tool in demanding respect is maintaining accountability. Owning your actions, admitting mistakes, and taking responsibility for your choices demonstrate integrity. Accountability shows that you hold yourself to the same high standards you expect from others, creating a sense of trust and reliability. This trust becomes the cornerstone of respect, both in personal and professional relationships. Elevating your standards also means embracing the power of patience. Demanding respect through actions takes time, as people often need to observe your consistency before they adjust their behavior. Patience allows you to stay true to your values, even when immediate results aren't apparent. Over time, your unwavering commitment to your standards creates a lasting impression, earning respect that is both genuine and enduring. Your standards are not just about what you demand from others, but also about what you demand from yourself. By striving for excellence, maintaining integrity, and staying true to your values, you create a life that reflects your worth. This commitment to living with purpose and intention becomes a quiet but powerful force, inspiring others while solidifying your own sense of self-respect. As you elevate your standards, you'll find that respect becomes a natural byproduct of the life you lead. Elevating your standards creates a foundation of respect, but it is through your actions that the world truly understands your values. Words, no matter how eloquent, often fade in the face of consistent, purposeful effort. Actions, however, leave a lasting impact. They speak in a language that cannot be misinterpreted or ignored. By choosing to act with intention and integrity, you defy doubts and criticisms without needing to defend yourself. This quiet power reshapes how others perceive you and reinforces your own sense of purpose. When your actions align with your values, they naturally carry more weight than any verbal declaration. People notice consistency. They see when someone not only claims to value honesty or hard work, but lives it daily. This congruence builds trust and commands respect because it leaves no room for contradiction. Consistent actions are a testament to your commitment and reliability, qualities that speak louder than any words ever could. For example, if you value kindness, showing it in your interactions, even when faced with negativity, sends a stronger message than claiming to be kind ever would. Purposeful effort begins with clarity of intent. Before taking action, ask yourself what you aim to achieve and why it matters. This reflection ensures that your actions align with your goals and values, amplifying their impact. When your efforts are guided by a clear sense of purpose, they carry a quiet confidence that needs no validation. They resonate not because they seek recognition, but because they reflect authenticity and resolve. Consistency is the backbone of actions that overshadow words. Sporadic effort can draw attention briefly, but it's the steady, unwavering pursuit of excellence that leaves a lasting impression. Whether it's showing up every day to improve a skill, delivering on commitments without fail, or maintaining your principles in the face of challenges, consistency speaks volumes. It demonstrates reliability and strength, proving that you are someone who follows through, regardless of the circumstances. Purposeful action also requires focus. In a world filled with distractions, staying committed to your goals sets you apart. This focus doesn't just show determination, it signals that you value your time and energy too much to waste on unproductive pursuits. When others see this dedication, it challenges their doubts and shifts their perception. Focused effort communicates that you are serious about your aspirations, leaving no room for skepticism. Another aspect of letting actions speak louder than words is embracing humility. While words can be used to boast or exaggerate, actions quietly reflect reality. When you achieve success without seeking attention, your accomplishments shine brighter. This humility not only strengthens your character, but also earns genuine respect. People are drawn to those who let their actions define them rather than their words, as it signals integrity and confidence. Actions also have the power to dispel doubts. Criticism often comes from a lack of understanding or belief in your abilities. Instead of defending yourself verbally, channel your energy into proving those doubts wrong through your efforts. Over time, your consistent achievements will overshadow any negativity, leaving no room for doubt. For instance, if someone questions your ability to lead, demonstrating strong leadership through decisive action and thoughtful decision-making silences criticism far more effectively than any rebuttal could. Purposeful effort also requires patience. Actions often take time to bear fruit, and their impact may not be immediately visible. Patience ensures that you stay the course even when recognition or results are delayed. This long-term perspective allows your actions to build momentum, gradually creating an undeniable narrative of growth and success. Patience also shows maturity, reinforcing the message that you are not acting for applause, but for genuine progress. Another way actions speak louder than words is by creating tangible results. While words can inspire, actions produce outcomes that can't be disputed. Whether it's a completed project, a new skill mastered, or a relationship strengthened through consistent effort, these results stand as evidence of your capabilities and commitment. They tell a story of perseverance and determination that words alone could never convey. Authenticity is at the heart of meaningful action. When your actions align with who you truly are, they resonate more deeply with others. Authenticity is compelling because it reflects honesty and courage. It shows that you are not trying to fit a mold or impress anyone. You are simply living in accordance with your values. This kind of authenticity is rare and impactful, making your actions stand out even more. Another important element is adaptability. Letting your actions speak doesn't mean rigidly sticking to one path. It means being flexible enough to adjust your approach while staying true to your goals. Adaptability shows that you are willing to learn and grow, which adds depth to your actions. It communicates resilience and resourcefulness, qualities that often speak louder than words in times of change or uncertainty. Actions also foster credibility. Over time, people come to associate you with the qualities your actions reflect, whether it's reliability, kindness, or excellence. This credibility is a powerful asset, as it builds trust and solidifies your reputation. It ensures that when you do speak, your words carry more weight because they are backed by a history of consistent, purposeful effort. Another way actions overshadow words is through their ripple effect. When you act with integrity and purpose, you inspire others to do the same. Your actions create a standard that encourages those around you to rise to the occasion. This influence extends far beyond any words you could say, as it demonstrates the impact of leading by example. Purposeful action also protects your energy. Instead of wasting time and effort defending yourself or arguing with detractors, you focus on what truly matters, your growth and goals. This focus not only propels you forward, but also sends a clear message. You are not swayed by distractions or negativity. This unshakable resolve is a testament to your strength and self-assurance, qualities that cannot be conveyed through words alone. Actions also offer clarity. While words can be misinterpreted or twisted, actions leave little room for doubt. They show exactly who you are and what you stand for, cutting through noise and ambiguity. This clarity builds confidence in your relationships and endeavors, as people come to trust your consistency and authenticity. Letting actions speak louder than words also involves taking responsibility. When things go wrong, owning your mistakes through corrective action demonstrates accountability and integrity. It shows that you are not afraid to face challenges head-on and that you are committed to growth. This level of accountability earns respect far more effectively than excuses or justifications ever could. Ultimately, letting actions speak louder than words is about living with intention. It's about making choices that reflect your values, following through on your commitments, and staying focused on your goals. This approach not only silences doubts and criticism, but also builds a life that resonates with purpose and fulfillment. Your actions become your voice, and through them, you tell a story of strength, resilience, and authenticity that no words could ever match. Actions that speak louder than words have the power to define who you are, but life often throws challenges that test your resolve. These adversities can feel overwhelming, but they carry within them the seeds of wisdom and strength. Challenges are not the end of the road. They are silent teachers, offering lessons that shape your resilience and refine your perspective. Adversity, when embraced, becomes a powerful tool for growth, allowing you to emerge stronger, wiser, and more determined than before. Transforming adversity into a teacher begins with shifting your mindset. Challenges are often seen as obstacles, but they are also opportunities to learn. Every difficulty carries a lesson, whether it's patience, perseverance, or adaptability. Instead of asking why something happened to you, ask what it is trying to teach you. This shift in perspective transforms adversity from a source of frustration into a catalyst for growth. It reminds you that challenges are not meant to break you, they are meant to build you. Adversity often brings discomfort, but growth rarely happens in comfort zones. Facing challenges forces you to stretch beyond your limits, revealing strengths you didn't know you had. These moments of discomfort become turning points when you approach them with curiosity and openness. Whether it's navigating a setback at work or dealing with personal rejection, leaning into the discomfort rather than avoiding it allows you to uncover insights about yourself and your abilities. Rejection, in particular, can be a powerful teacher. It often feels personal, but it's rarely a reflection of your worth. Instead, rejection provides clarity about what aligns with your goals and values. Each no brings you closer to the yes that truly matters. It teaches resilience, the ability to bounce back and keep moving forward despite setbacks. Resilience is not about avoiding rejection, but about using it as fuel to refine your approach and strengthen your determination. Adversity also teaches you the value of persistence. When faced with challenges, it's easy to feel defeated, but persistence is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Each time you choose to keep going despite difficulties, you build mental and emotional strength. This persistence doesn't mean ignoring the pain of adversity. It means acknowledging it and continuing to move forward. Over time, this practice creates a deep sense of resilience that carries you through even the toughest challenges. Another lesson adversity teaches is the importance of adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and challenges often require you to pivot and find new solutions. This adaptability is not about abandoning your goals, but about finding new paths to reach them. Each time you adapt, you demonstrate flexibility and creativity, qualities that not only help you overcome adversity, but also prepare you for future challenges. Adapting to change shows that you are not defined by circumstances, but by how you respond to them. Adversity also deepens your sense of empathy. Experiencing difficulties helps you understand the struggles of others, making you more compassionate and supportive. This empathy enriches your relationships and enhances your ability to connect with others. It reminds you that everyone faces challenges, and your response to adversity can inspire those around you to face their own with courage and grace. Turning adversity into a teacher also involves learning to let go. Some challenges stem from situations beyond your control, and holding on to frustration or anger only prolongs your pain. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means accepting what you cannot change and focusing on what you can. This acceptance creates space for healing and growth, allowing you to move forward with clarity and purpose. Letting go is an act of strength, not weakness, as it requires the courage to release what no longer serves you. Another key lesson from adversity is the importance of perspective. Challenges often feel overwhelming in the moment, but when viewed from a broader perspective, they become less daunting. Reflecting on past adversities can remind you of your ability to overcome difficulties and put current challenges into context. Perspective helps you see that adversity is temporary and that its lessons can lead to long-term growth. It reminds you that setbacks are not the end of the story, but a part of the journey. Adversity also builds gratitude. Facing difficulties often highlights what truly matters in your life, from supportive relationships to personal strengths. This gratitude doesn't erase the pain of adversity, but it provides a counterbalance, reminding you of the resources and resilience you have to overcome challenges. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you've lost to what you still have, creating a foundation of hope and positivity even in tough times. Another valuable lesson adversity teaches is patience. Growth takes time, and challenges often require you to slow down and reevaluate your approach. Patience allows you to stay committed to your goals even when progress feels slow. It teaches you to trust the process, knowing that each step, no matter how small, contributes to your overall growth. Patience also helps you avoid impulsive decisions, allowing you to respond to challenges thoughtfully and effectively. Adversity can also reveal hidden opportunities. Challenges often force you to explore paths you wouldn't have considered otherwise, leading to unexpected growth and success. These opportunities might not be immediately apparent, but by staying open and curious, you can discover new possibilities within adversity. For example, losing a job might lead you to pursue a passion you had put aside, ultimately creating a more fulfilling career. Challenges often redirect you toward paths that better align with your potential. The process of overcoming adversity also strengthens your self-trust. Each challenge you face and overcome reinforces your belief in your ability to handle difficulties. This self-trust becomes a source of confidence, reminding you that you have the resilience and resourcefulness to navigate future challenges. It's a quiet assurance that no matter what comes your way, you can rise to meet it. Adversity also highlights the importance of a strong support system. Facing challenges alone can be isolating, but leaning on trusted friends, family, or mentors provides encouragement and perspective. This support doesn't diminish your strength. It amplifies it by reminding you that you're not alone. Building and maintaining these connections enriches your life and reinforces the lesson that resilience is often a collective effort. Through adversity, you also learn the value of self-compassion. Challenges can trigger self-doubt or self-criticism, but treating yourself with kindness during tough times is essential for growth. Self-compassion means acknowledging your struggles without judgment and recognizing that setbacks are a natural part of life. This mindset fosters resilience by allowing you to learn from adversity without being weighed down by guilt or shame. Adversity also teaches the power of action. When faced with challenges, taking even small steps forward creates momentum. These actions don't need to solve the problem immediately. They simply need to move you in the right direction. Each step you take reinforces your agency, showing that you are not powerless in the face of adversity. This sense of control empowers you to tackle challenges with confidence and determination. Adversity reminds you of your ability to transform pain into purpose. The lessons you learn from challenges often inspire you to help others facing similar difficulties. This transformation creates meaning from adversity, turning it into a source of strength and connection. By sharing your experiences and insights, you not only support others, but also deepen your own resilience and sense of purpose. Through every challenge and rejection, adversity becomes a silent teacher, shaping your character and expanding your perspective. It reveals strengths you didn't know you had and opens doors to growth you never anticipated. By embracing these lessons, you turn adversity from an obstacle into an ally, guiding you toward a life of greater wisdom, resilience, and fulfillment. Adversity refines your resilience and reveals strengths you never knew existed, but silent dedication transforms that strength into an unstoppable force. There is something profoundly powerful about focusing on your goals with quiet, unwavering persistence. It's not loud, it's not boastful, it's deliberate, intentional, and unyielding. Silent dedication doesn't just help you achieve, it becomes the ultimate response to disrespect, disbelief, or doubt. It shifts the narrative, proving through action that nothing can deter you from your path. Silent dedication starts with clarity. Knowing exactly what you're working toward eliminates distractions and gives you a sense of purpose. Without clarity, it's easy to waver when faced with obstacles or criticism. Setting clear, measurable goals anchors your efforts, providing a roadmap that keeps you grounded in your vision. This clarity doesn't need to be shared or explained to anyone else. It's a private contract between you and your aspirations. Persistence is the cornerstone of silent dedication. When others doubt or disrespect you, their intention is often to derail your progress. Silent dedication is the antidote to this, as it focuses your energy entirely on your actions rather than their words. Each day you show up and work toward your goals, you create a ripple effect of progress that speaks for itself. Over time, this persistence erases doubts, not through argument, but through undeniable results. Discipline is what sustains silent dedication. While motivation may fluctuate, discipline ensures consistency. This discipline isn't about forcing yourself to work endlessly, but about creating habits that align with your goals. Small, deliberate actions taken daily build momentum, transforming effort into achievement. Discipline becomes a shield against distractions and negativity, protecting your focus and reinforcing your commitment to your goals. Silent dedication also requires resilience. Challenges, setbacks, and criticism are inevitable, but resilience allows you to absorb these blows without losing your focus. Resilience is not just about enduring. It's about adapting and finding ways to move forward despite adversity. Each setback becomes an opportunity to refine your approach and strengthen your resolve. This resilience is the quiet strength that fuels your dedication, proving that no external force can deter you. Another powerful aspect of silent dedication is self-reliance. While support from others can be valuable, silent dedication thrives on the understanding that your success depends on your own effort. This self-reliance fosters a sense of empowerment as you realize that you hold the tools to create your own future. It also shields you from being overly influenced by external opinions, allowing you to stay true to your path. Patience is an often overlooked component of silent dedication. Results rarely come overnight, and the persistence required for long-term success demands patience. This patience is not passive. It's an active choice to continue working, refining and growing, even when progress feels slow. Patience allows you to focus on the process rather than being consumed by the outcome, creating a deeper sense of fulfillment in your efforts. Silent dedication also builds credibility. While words can be doubted or dismissed, consistent action builds trust and respect. People come to associate you with reliability, determination, and excellence, not because you told them, but because you showed them. This credibility becomes a powerful asset, influencing how others perceive and interact with you. It ensures that your accomplishments are recognized, even by those who once doubted you. Another key to silent dedication is adaptability. Staying dedicated doesn't mean rigidly following a single path. It means remaining flexible while staying true to your goals. Adaptability allows you to navigate challenges creatively, finding new ways to move forward when old strategies no longer work. This willingness to adapt demonstrates both intelligence and resilience, reinforcing the power of your dedication. Silent dedication also involves celebrating progress, even if it's only visible to you. Acknowledging small wins along the way keeps you motivated and reinforces your belief in your abilities. These moments of recognition don't need to be shared with others. They are private affirmations of your hard work and determination. Celebrating progress reminds you that every step, no matter how small, contributes to your larger journey. Another essential element of silent dedication is focus. In a world filled with distractions, staying committed to your goals requires unwavering attention. This focus doesn't mean ignoring everything else in your life. It means prioritizing what truly matters. By eliminating distractions and concentrating your energy on meaningful efforts, you amplify the impact of your dedication. Focus is the filter that ensures every action aligns with your goals, creating a powerful sense of direction. Silent dedication is also deeply tied to integrity. When your actions align with your values, they carry a weight that cannot be dismissed. This alignment creates a sense of authenticity that resonates with others, even if you never articulate it. Integrity ensures that your dedication is rooted in purpose, making your efforts not only effective, but also meaningful. It reinforces the message that your work is guided by principles rather than external pressures. Time management is another critical aspect of silent dedication. Your time is your most valuable resource, and how you allocate it reflects your priorities. Effective time management involves setting aside focused blocks for your goals while balancing other responsibilities. This intentional use of time demonstrates commitment as you prioritize what matters most without neglecting other aspects of your life. Over time, this consistency builds a rhythm that enhances your productivity and progress. Silent dedication also teaches the importance of letting go of the need for recognition. Seeking approval or validation from others can dilute your focus and derail your efforts. When you dedicate yourself to your goals for their own sake, rather than for applause, your actions carry a deeper sense of purpose. This independence from external validation allows you to work with clarity and conviction, knowing that your efforts are meaningful regardless of whether they are noticed. Your mindset is another crucial factor in silent dedication. Believing in your ability to achieve your goals, even in the face of doubt or disrespect, reinforces your commitment. This belief is not about blind optimism, but about trusting in your capacity to learn, adapt, and persevere. A strong mindset keeps you grounded in your purpose, allowing you to navigate challenges with confidence and determination. Silent dedication also involves continuous learning. Growth is a lifelong process, and staying open to new knowledge and skills enhances your ability to achieve your goals. This learning doesn't always need to be formal. It can come from experiences, mistakes, or insights gained along the way. By embracing a mindset of growth, you ensure that your dedication evolves, becoming more effective with each passing day. As you dedicate yourself silently to your goals, you create a ripple effect. Your persistence, focus, and integrity inspire those around you, even without words. This influence extends beyond your immediate circle, as others observe and are motivated by your example. Silent dedication not only shapes your own life, but also impacts others, showing them the power of consistent, purposeful effort. Ultimately, silent dedication is about living with intention. It's about channeling your energy into actions that align with your values and goals, regardless of external opinions or obstacles. This quiet determination becomes a force that transforms your aspirations into reality, proving that persistence is the most powerful form of retaliation against doubt or disrespect. Through silent dedication, you build a life that speaks volumes, leaving no need for explanation or defense. Silent dedication proves your worth through consistent action, but there comes a time when the strongest move is to let go. Walking away gracefully is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of profound strength. It's a choice to protect your peace and reclaim your energy from relationships or environments that no longer serve you. Non-attachment is not about indifference, but about freeing yourself from the weight of toxic influences, creating space for growth and harmony. Letting go begins with acknowledging your worth. When you hold on to people or situations that diminish your value, you send a message to yourself that you are willing to accept less than you deserve. Walking away is an act of self-respect, a quiet declaration that your dignity and well-being are not negotiable. This decision is not about proving anything to others, but about affirming your own commitment to living authentically and peacefully. Recognizing the signs of toxicity is essential. Toxic relationships or environments drain your energy, disrupt your focus, and erode your confidence. These situations often come with patterns of manipulation, negativity, or disrespect. Acknowledging these patterns without denial or justification is the first step toward releasing them. When you see clearly how these influences impact your life, it becomes easier to make the decision to walk away. Non-attachment is not about cutting ties impulsively. It's about understanding when a relationship or situation has run its course. This discernment requires self-awareness and reflection. Ask yourself whether the connection aligns with your values and contributes to your growth. If it doesn't, letting go becomes an act of alignment with your priorities. This clarity allows you to release attachments without guilt or regret, knowing that your decision is rooted in self-respect. Walking away gracefully also requires courage. It's natural to fear the unknown or worry about the consequences of letting go, but courage means trusting yourself to navigate what comes next. This trust is built through self-reliance and a belief in your ability to create a fulfilling life without relying on external validation. Courage doesn't eliminate fear, it empowers you to act despite it, proving to yourself that your peace is worth protecting. Non-attachment is deeply tied to forgiveness, not necessarily of others, but of yourself. It's easy to hold on to guilt or self-blame for staying in toxic situations for too long. Forgiving yourself for past choices is a crucial step in moving forward. This forgiveness is not about ignoring lessons learned, but about releasing the burden of shame and embracing the opportunity to grow. It's an act of compassion toward yourself, a reminder that you are allowed to evolve and choose differently. Walking away gracefully is also about maintaining composure. Leaving a toxic situation doesn't require drama or explanation. Your actions speak for themselves. By stepping away with dignity, you preserve your energy and avoid unnecessary conflict. This composure reflects strength, showing that you value your peace more than proving a point. It also leaves the door open for positive change, should the other party choose to grow and align with your values in the future. Non-attachment requires letting go of control. Often, the hardest part of walking away is accepting that you cannot change others or force situations to improve. This acceptance is liberating, as it shifts your focus from trying to fix what's broken to nurturing what can thrive. Letting go of control allows you to redirect your energy toward areas of your life where you have influence, creating a sense of empowerment and clarity. Another key to non-attachment is focusing on the present. Holding on to the past or worrying about the future keeps you tethered to situations that no longer serve you. By grounding yourself in the present moment, you free yourself from these attachments. Practices like mindfulness or journaling can help you process your emotions and stay centered, allowing you to move forward with clarity and confidence. Walking away gracefully also involves creating boundaries. These boundaries are not about shutting people out, but about defining what you are willing to accept in your life. They protect your energy and ensure that your relationships and environments align with your values. By setting and maintaining boundaries, you create a space where you can thrive, free from the weight of toxic influences. Non-attachment is not about isolation, it's about connection on your terms. Letting go of unhealthy relationships creates room for connections that uplift and inspire you. It allows you to surround yourself with people who respect and support you, fostering a sense of belonging and mutual growth. This shift is not about rejecting others, but about choosing relationships that reflect your worth and values. Walking away gracefully is also a practice of self-trust. Trusting yourself to make the right decisions reinforces your confidence and resilience. This trust grows with each step you take toward prioritizing your well-being. It reminds you that you are capable of creating a life that aligns with your values, even if it means making difficult choices. Non-attachment teaches you the value of impermanence. Relationships and situations evolve, and not everything is meant to last forever. Accepting this impermanence allows you to cherish what was meaningful without clinging to what no longer serves you. This perspective creates a sense of freedom as you release the need to hold on to the unchangeable and embrace the opportunities that come with change. Walking away gracefully also involves redefining your priorities. Letting go of toxic influences creates space for what truly matters in your life. This redefinition is not about filling a void, but about aligning your time and energy with your goals and values. It's an opportunity to focus on growth, creativity, and connection, building a life that reflects your true self. Non-attachment also fosters gratitude. Letting go allows you to appreciate the lessons and growth that came from even the most challenging relationships or situations. Gratitude shifts your focus from loss to growth, reminding you of the resilience and wisdom you've gained. This perspective transforms letting go from an act of loss to an act of empowerment. Walking away gracefully is a journey, not a single act. It requires patience, reflection, and ongoing commitment to your well-being. Each step you take toward non-attachment reinforces your strength and clarity, creating a life where peace and purpose thrive. It's a process of releasing what no longer serves you and embracing the freedom to grow and evolve on your own terms. Through this journey, you discover that walking away is not the end. It's the beginning of a more authentic and fulfilling chapter of your life. Walking away gracefully creates space for clarity and peace, but silence is where the true transformation begins. In the quiet moments, when the world's noise fades, there is an unmatched opportunity for growth. Stillness is not emptiness. It's a profound tool that allows you to confront life's complexities with a clear mind. Silence is not just the absence of words, but the presence of understanding, a space where self-awareness deepens and challenges reveal their hidden lessons. This quiet strength becomes the foundation for thoughtful action and meaningful change. Silence invites introspection. In a world that constantly demands attention, carving out moments of stillness allows you to reconnect with your inner self. This introspection is not about overthinking, but about gently observing your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. It creates a safe space to assess what drives you, what holds you back, and what truly matters. Through this reflection, you uncover patterns and beliefs that may have gone unnoticed, giving you the power to reshape them in alignment with your values. In silence, clarity emerges. Without the distractions of noise or external pressures, your mind finds the space to untangle complexities. Problems that once felt overwhelming begin to appear more manageable as you break them down in stillness. Silence allows you to sift through emotions and distinguish between temporary feelings and lasting truths. This clarity equips you to approach challenges with a calm and focused mind, turning confusion into confidence. Reflection in silence also strengthens your emotional resilience. By taking the time to process your experiences without rushing to react, you cultivate a balanced response to life's ups and downs. This practice helps you understand your triggers and learn how to navigate them with grace. Over time, this emotional resilience becomes a core strength, enabling you to face challenges without being overwhelmed by them. Moments of stillness foster gratitude. In the quiet, you become more attuned to the small, often overlooked joys in your life. The absence of noise creates room to appreciate the things that bring comfort, inspiration, and meaning. Gratitude nurtures a sense of abundance, reminding you of the resources and support that sustain you even during difficult times. This perspective enriches your ability to face challenges with hope and optimism. Silence also enhances your decision-making. Without the rush of external input, you can evaluate options more thoughtfully and align your choices with your long-term goals. This deliberate approach reduces impulsivity, ensuring that your actions reflect your priorities. Silence becomes a space for planning, where you can map out strategies with a clear and focused mind. In the stillness, creativity flourishes. When you step away from constant stimulation, your mind is free to wander and explore new ideas. Silence provides fertile ground for innovation, allowing connections to form between thoughts that might otherwise remain separate. This creative energy not only enriches your problem-solving abilities, but also enhances your capacity to express yourself authentically and purposefully. Self-awareness grows in silence. As you turn inward, you become more attuned to your strengths, weaknesses, and aspirations. This awareness fosters humility as you acknowledge areas for improvement and confidence as you recognize your unique abilities. Self-awareness is the foundation of growth, as it enables you to take ownership of your actions and align them with your values. Silence also teaches you the value of patience. In stillness, you learn to embrace the process rather than rushing toward outcomes. This patience cultivates a deeper sense of trust in yourself and the natural flow of life. It reminds you that growth takes time and that each step, no matter how small, contributes to your journey. Patience becomes a source of strength, allowing you to navigate challenges with steady determination. Reflection in silence helps you develop a greater sense of empathy. By understanding your own emotions and experiences more deeply, you become better equipped to relate to others. This empathy strengthens your relationships, creating connections that are rooted in authenticity and mutual understanding. In silence, you find the space to consider different perspectives, broadening your ability to engage with compassion and respect. Silence is also a powerful tool for healing. The quiet allows you to process pain and release it in a way that words often cannot. Stillness creates a sanctuary where you can confront your vulnerabilities without fear or judgment. This healing process is not about forgetting, but about integrating your experiences into a narrative of resilience and strength. Silence becomes a refuge, offering peace and restoration. The practice of stillness enhances your focus. In a world filled with distractions, silence sharpens your ability to concentrate on what truly matters. This focus extends beyond your immediate tasks to encompass your long-term goals and aspirations. By eliminating unnecessary noise, you create space to prioritize your energy and attention, ensuring that your actions align with your values. Silence nurtures inner peace. As you embrace moments of stillness, you let go of the need to control or fix everything around you. This surrender is not about complacency, but about finding balance in the midst of chaos. Inner peace allows you to approach life with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that you have the strength to navigate whatever comes your way. It becomes a source of resilience, sustaining you through both triumphs and trials. Stillness deepens your connection to the present moment. In silence, you become more aware of your surroundings, your emotions, and your thoughts. This mindfulness enriches your experiences, allowing you to engage with life fully. It reminds you that growth is not a destination, but a continuous process that unfolds in the here and now. Silence also strengthens your relationship with yourself. By spending time in stillness, you develop a deeper understanding of your needs, desires, and boundaries. This self-knowledge empowers you to make choices that honor your well-being and align with your purpose. It fosters a sense of self-trust, reminding you that you are your own best ally in the journey of growth. In the quiet, you discover the power of reflection. This reflection is not about dwelling on the past, but about learning from it. By examining your experiences with honesty and compassion, you uncover valuable insights that guide your future actions. Reflection transforms mistakes into lessons and challenges into opportunities, turning the stillness into a wellspring of wisdom. Silence teaches you to embrace simplicity. In the absence of noise, you become more attuned to what truly matters, shedding distractions and unnecessary complexity. This simplicity creates a sense of freedom, allowing you to focus on what brings meaning and fulfillment to your life. It reminds you that growth is not about adding more, but about refining and prioritizing. Through silence, you cultivate resilience. The stillness strengthens your ability to remain grounded and focused, even in the face of adversity. It reminds you that challenges are temporary and that your inner strength is constant. This resilience becomes a cornerstone of your growth, enabling you to face life's uncertainties with confidence and courage. Silence as a tool for reflection and growth is not about withdrawing from the world. It's about engaging with it more deeply. It's about creating space to understand yourself, navigate challenges, and align your actions with your values. In the quiet moments, you find the clarity, strength, and wisdom needed to grow and thrive. Silence reveals truths about yourself and the world, but gratitude transforms those truths into a profound source of strength. In the face of criticism, gratitude becomes an anchor, grounding you in the richness of what you have and who you are. It shifts your focus from the external noise of negativity to the internal wealth of your experiences, values, and relationships. Gratitude is not a loud declaration, but a quiet yet powerful way to reclaim your narrative and diminish the weight of criticism. Gratitude begins with awareness. It's the act of pausing to acknowledge what is good in your life, even when faced with challenges or negativity. Criticism often attempts to overshadow your accomplishments or undermine your confidence, but gratitude brings those accomplishments and strengths back into focus. By consciously appreciating your efforts, talents, and progress, you create a shield against the impact of unwarranted criticism. One of the most profound aspects of gratitude is its ability to reframe your perspective. When others criticize you, it's easy to dwell on what's lacking or flawed. Gratitude shifts your attention to what's already strong and valuable. This shift doesn't dismiss the potential for growth, but places it within a context of abundance rather than deficiency. It allows you to approach criticism with a sense of balance, seeing it as feedback rather than a verdict. Gratitude also strengthens your self-worth. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you're reminded of the unique qualities and contributions that make you who you are. Criticism loses its sting when you have a solid foundation of self-respect built on gratitude. This practice helps you internalize a sense of value that is not dependent on external opinions or validation. Criticism often thrives on comparison, but gratitude eliminates the need for it. When you're content with what you have and who you are, there's no need to measure yourself against others. Gratitude fosters contentment, a quiet confidence that allows you to appreciate your own journey without being distracted by someone else's. This mindset not only neutralizes the power of criticism, but also enhances your ability to celebrate the successes of others without feeling diminished. Gratitude also empowers you to respond to criticism with grace. When you're rooted in appreciation for what you have, you're less likely to react defensively or emotionally. Instead, you can evaluate criticism objectively, separating what's constructive from what's not. This balanced response reflects inner strength, showing that you're secure enough to learn from feedback without being shaken by negativity. Another benefit of gratitude is its ability to foster resilience. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you build a sense of resourcefulness and determination. This resilience allows you to bounce back from setbacks or criticism, seeing them as opportunities to grow rather than reasons to doubt yourself. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's possible, turning challenges into stepping stones. Gratitude also cultivates emotional intelligence. By acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of your life, you become more attuned to your emotions and the emotions of others. This awareness helps you navigate criticism with empathy, understanding that it often stems from someone else's insecurities or struggles. Gratitude enables you to respond to negativity without absorbing it, maintaining your emotional balance and perspective. A quiet practice of gratitude can also disarm critics. When faced with negativity, responding with genuine appreciation for your own progress and circumstances can be unexpectedly powerful. It demonstrates that your confidence isn't shaken by criticism, which often disrupts the critic's intention. This approach is not about proving them wrong, but about staying true to yourself, showing that your value is not up for debate. Gratitude connects you to the present moment. Criticism often pulls you into the past or projects fears onto the future, but gratitude anchors you in the now. By focusing on what you're thankful for in the current moment, you reclaim your power and perspective. This presence allows you to address criticism thoughtfully without being overwhelmed by it. Practicing gratitude also reinforces your priorities. It reminds you of what truly matters in your life, helping you distinguish between meaningful feedback and noise. When you're clear about your values and goals, criticism that doesn't align with them becomes easier to dismiss. Gratitude strengthens your focus, ensuring that your energy is directed toward what's important rather than what's distracting. Gratitude also nurtures relationships. By expressing appreciation for the support and encouragement of those around you, you build stronger connections that act as a buffer against criticism. These relationships provide perspective and encouragement, reminding you that you're not defined by negative opinions. Gratitude creates a sense of community, reinforcing the idea that you're supported and valued. Another transformative aspect of gratitude is its ability to inspire growth. Criticism, when viewed through the lens of gratitude, becomes an opportunity to learn and improve. Instead of seeing it as a threat, you can appreciate the chance to refine your skills or approach. Gratitude turns criticism into a catalyst for growth, empowering you to rise above negativity with a sense of purpose. Gratitude also enhances your sense of perspective. By focusing on the bigger picture, you realize that criticism is often fleeting and insignificant in the grand scheme of your life. This perspective helps you avoid overreacting or taking negativity too personally. Gratitude reminds you of the abundance in your life, making it easier to let go of small annoyances or unhelpful comments. Practicing gratitude also boosts your mental and emotional well-being. It shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right, creating a positive mindset that supports resilience and confidence. This mental shift not only helps you handle criticism, but also enhances your overall quality of life. Gratitude becomes a daily practice that strengthens your ability to navigate challenges with grace and optimism. Gratitude is a quiet but powerful response to criticism because it's rooted in authenticity. It's not about denying challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what's meaningful and valuable. This authenticity makes gratitude a source of true strength, one that diminishes the power of negativity and reinforces your inner peace. Focusing on gratitude transforms how you experience criticism. It allows you to see feedback as an opportunity rather than a threat, fostering growth and resilience. By anchoring yourself in appreciation for what you have and who you are, you create a foundation of strength that criticism cannot shake. Gratitude becomes your quiet response to negativity, a reflection of the abundance and confidence that define your life. Gratitude fortifies your spirit against criticism, reminding you of your strengths and blessings. But true victory lies in the realm of inner peace, where quiet resilience outshines every external judgment. Invisible victories are not marked by applause or recognition. They are the subtle, transformative moments when you choose growth, calm, and strength over chaos and negativity. These victories are deeply personal, and their power lies in their ability to redefine how you engage with the world. Inner peace begins with self-mastery. The ability to remain composed in the face of challenges is not a denial of difficulties, but a refusal to let them control your inner state. This calmness is a triumph over the chaos that often defines external situations. It is a strength cultivated through deliberate practices like mindfulness, reflection, and intentional living. Each moment you choose to maintain your equilibrium is an invisible victory, a quiet testament to your resilience. The path to inner peace often requires releasing the need for validation. External recognition can be fleeting, but the satisfaction of knowing you acted with integrity lasts. When you detach your sense of worth from the opinions of others, you reclaim control over your happiness. This detachment doesn't mean apathy, but rather a focus on living authentically and staying aligned with your values. Each decision made without seeking approval becomes a quiet triumph. Another invisible victory comes from embracing self-awareness. Knowing your triggers, strengths, and areas for growth empowers you to navigate challenges thoughtfully. This self-awareness is not always easy to attain, as it requires honesty and introspection, but it allows you to respond to life with clarity rather than reaction. Understanding yourself is a foundation for inner peace, as it enables you to make choices that align with your true self. Inner peace also thrives on the power of forgiveness. Holding on to resentment or anger often weighs down the spirit, keeping you tethered to past hurts. Forgiveness is not about excusing wrongdoing, but about releasing its hold on you. Letting go of grievances is a profound victory, as it liberates your energy for more meaningful pursuits. This act of forgiveness strengthens your inner peace, allowing you to move forward with clarity and purpose. Invisible victories are often rooted in consistency. Showing up for yourself each day, whether through small habits or larger commitments, builds a sense of trust in your abilities. This consistency reinforces your resilience, proving that you can rely on yourself regardless of external circumstances. Each time you honor your commitments, even when no one is watching, you create a quiet but powerful momentum toward growth. Maintaining inner peace also involves cultivating patience. In a fast-paced world, the ability to wait without frustration is a rare strength. Patience allows you to see the bigger picture and trust the process of growth. It tempers impulsivity, ensuring that your actions are thoughtful and aligned with your goals. This patience is not passive but active, a steady commitment to perseverance and resilience. Invisible victories shine in moments of humility. Acknowledging your limitations while striving for improvement reflects strength, not weakness. Humility grounds you, reminding you that growth is an ongoing process. It allows you to accept feedback without defensiveness and to learn from every experience. This quiet humility builds inner peace, as it frees you from the need to prove yourself and focuses your energy on genuine growth. Another silent triumph lies in the ability to adapt. Life is unpredictable, and clinging rigidly to one path often leads to frustration. Adaptability is a strength that allows you to pivot and find new opportunities within challenges. Each time you adjust your approach while staying true to your values, you demonstrate resilience and creativity. This flexibility reinforces your inner peace, showing that you are capable of navigating whatever comes your way. Inner peace is also nurtured through gratitude, as it shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. This perspective allows you to approach life with a sense of contentment, reducing the power of negativity. Gratitude fosters a mindset of abundance, reminding you that even small joys can contribute to a sense of fulfillment. Each moment spent appreciating the present becomes an invisible victory, a quiet celebration of life's richness. Setting boundaries is another powerful act of inner peace. Protecting your energy and time ensures that you remain focused on what truly matters. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, but about creating space for your priorities and well-being. Each time you enforce a boundary with kindness and firmness, you affirm your commitment to your own peace. These moments of self-respect build a strong foundation for resilience and fulfillment. Inner peace flourishes in the practice of acceptance. Life is full of uncertainties, and resisting them often leads to unnecessary stress. Acceptance is not about complacency, but about finding peace within the reality of your circumstances. It allows you to focus on what you can control while letting go of what you cannot. This acceptance is a profound victory, as it shifts your energy from resistance to growth. The ability to focus on the present is another cornerstone of inner peace. Worrying about the future or dwelling on the past often disrupts your calm. Engaging fully with the present moment allows you to experience life more deeply and respond to challenges with clarity. This mindfulness creates a sense of balance, ensuring that your energy is directed toward meaningful actions rather than distractions. Resilience is a quiet triumph that defines inner peace. Bouncing back from setbacks with strength and determination shows that you are not defined by circumstances. Resilience is not about ignoring difficulties, but about facing them with courage and finding ways to grow through them. Each time you rise after a fall, you reinforce your inner strength, proving to yourself that you are capable of overcoming adversity. The pursuit of inner peace also requires detachment from outcomes. Focusing solely on results can create unnecessary pressure and disappointment. When you prioritize the process over the outcome, you find fulfillment in the effort itself. This detachment allows you to approach goals with a sense of purpose rather than desperation, creating a balanced and peaceful mindset. Self-care is an invisible victory that sustains inner peace. Taking the time to nurture your physical, emotional, and mental well-being is not a luxury, but a necessity. Each act of self-care reinforces your resilience, reminding you that you deserve to thrive. This care creates a ripple effect, enhancing your ability to handle challenges with grace and focus. Another silent triumph lies in the ability to remain calm under pressure. In moments of stress or conflict, choosing composure over reaction reflects immense strength. This calmness is not about suppressing emotions, but about responding thoughtfully and intentionally. It demonstrates a level of self-control that protects your peace and influences those around you. Inner peace also involves cultivating a sense of purpose. Knowing what drives you provides a sense of direction and fulfillment. This purpose becomes a guiding light, ensuring that your actions align with your values. Each step taken toward your goals becomes a victory, a reflection of your commitment to living authentically. Invisible victories are not about proving yourself to others, but about affirming your own worth and resilience. They are the quiet moments of strength and growth that define who you are. By cultivating inner peace, you create a life where your calm and determination overshadow any attempts to diminish your value. These victories are your ultimate triumph, a testament to the power of living with intention and authenticity. Inner peace is cultivated through quiet victories and resilient choices, but sometimes the greatest act of strength is stepping away. Walking away doesn't signal defeat. It reflects profound wisdom and self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, taught that detachment and the courage to leave behind what hinders growth are among the most powerful tools in life. Removing yourself from environments, relationships, or pursuits that compromise your values and well-being isn't just an escape. It's a declaration of freedom and clarity. The power of getting away starts with understanding what no longer serves you. This requires deep self-awareness, a willingness to assess the things in your life that drain your energy, challenge your peace, or hinder your growth. It's not about blaming external circumstances, but recognizing where your efforts are met with resistance that offers no meaningful return. This clarity allows you to discern when staying becomes more harmful than walking away. Getting away is rooted in self-respect. When you leave behind what no longer aligns with your values, you affirm your worth and refuse to settle for mediocrity. Staying in situations that demand constant compromise of your dignity erodes confidence over time. Walking away is not an act of selfishness. It's a choice to preserve your integrity and protect the essence of who you are. It reflects a commitment to yourself that cannot be shaken by external pressures. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of detachment, not as a withdrawal from life, but as a freedom from unnecessary entanglements. Letting go of attachment to outcomes, possessions, or relationships frees you from the weight of expectations. This detachment doesn't mean indifference, but rather the ability to face life with flexibility and openness. It's an acknowledgement that clinging to what no longer serves you only stifles growth and creativity. Walking away requires courage. It often feels safer to remain in familiar discomfort than to step into the unknown. But growth happens in the space beyond fear, where you trust yourself enough to leave behind what's holding you back. This courage isn't about being fearless. It's about taking action despite the fear. Each time you choose to walk away from something that limits you, you strengthen your ability to face uncertainty with confidence and resilience. Getting away also involves recognizing the boundaries of your control. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote about the dichotomy of control, understanding what is within your power and what is not. When you walk away, you acknowledge that some situations cannot be fixed, no matter how much effort you invest. This acceptance is not about giving up. It's about redirecting your energy toward things you can influence and where your impact can be meaningful. Stepping away fosters clarity. When you remove yourself from a toxic or limiting environment, you gain perspective that's difficult to find while you're immersed in it. Distance allows you to evaluate your experiences with greater objectivity, uncovering lessons that might have been obscured by emotional entanglement. This clarity not only informs your decisions, but also helps you realign with your values and priorities. Walking away also creates space for new opportunities. Often, staying in a situation that no longer serves you prevents you from pursuing paths that better align with your goals and aspirations. Getting away clears the clutter, making room for growth, exploration, and unexpected possibilities. It's a reminder that letting go is not about loss, but about making space for something better. Marcus Aurelius taught the value of simplicity, which walking away often provides. When you strip away the distractions and complications of situations that drain you, life becomes clearer and more manageable. This simplicity enhances your focus, allowing you to direct your energy toward what truly matters. It's a return to essentials, where your choices reflect your core values rather than external pressures. Another power in getting away lies in the act of choosing yourself. Too often, people remain in situations out of a sense of obligation or fear of disappointing others. Walking away is a declaration that your well-being is not negotiable. It's an act of self-love that reinforces your right to live authentically and fully. This choice doesn't diminish your care for others, but ensures that you're not sacrificing yourself in the process. Walking away also strengthens resilience. Each time you choose to step away from something that no longer serves you, you reinforce your ability to adapt and thrive. This resilience becomes a cornerstone of your character, proving that you can face change and uncertainty with strength. It shows that you are not defined by circumstances, but by your ability to navigate them with wisdom and courage. Getting away also cultivates a sense of freedom. When you release attachments to situations or people that confine you, you reclaim your autonomy. This freedom is not about escaping responsibility, but about choosing how and where you invest your time and energy. It empowers you to live intentionally, guided by your values rather than by external demands. Another strength of walking away lies in its ability to inspire others. When you choose to leave behind what no longer aligns with your values, you demonstrate courage and integrity that others may find inspiring. Your example can encourage those around you to reevaluate their own lives and make choices that reflect their worth and priorities. It's a ripple effect that shows the power of living authentically. Getting away also deepens your relationship with yourself. By stepping away from external noise, you create space to reconnect with your inner voice. This connection fosters self-trust, reminding you that you are your own best advocate and ally. It's an opportunity to rediscover what drives you, what fulfills you, and what brings you joy. This deeper understanding of yourself becomes a source of strength and clarity. Walking away is also an act of renewal. It allows you to shed what no longer serves you and start fresh. This renewal is not about erasing the past, but about using it as a foundation for growth. It's a chance to redefine your path and align your actions with your evolving values and goals. Each step away from what limits you is a step toward greater freedom and fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius believed in the importance of focusing on what truly matters, and walking away embodies this principle. It's a practice of prioritizing your peace, values, and growth over the fleeting satisfaction of external approval or comfort. By choosing to get away from what drains you, you align your life with what enriches you, creating a foundation for lasting contentment and resilience. Getting away is not always easy, but it's a powerful reminder that you are not bound by circumstances. It's an affirmation of your ability to choose, to change, and to grow. By walking away with intention and courage, you embrace a life that reflects your true self, free from the weight of what no longer serves you. This act of detachment is not just a step toward freedom, it's a declaration of your strength and clarity. Choosing to walk away with clarity and courage reveals the depths of your strength, but the ability to calm your mind amidst life's storms is an equally profound mastery. The Stoics taught that peace begins within, not as a result of external circumstances, but through intentional practices that anchor your thoughts and emotions. A calm mind is your greatest ally in navigating challenges, and its cultivation is both an art and a skill. By learning to steady your inner world, you unlock the resilience to face whatever life presents. Calming your mind begins with controlling your breath. The Stoics understood that the breath is a bridge between the body and the mind. When stress threatens to overwhelm, slowing and deepening your breaths sends a signal to your nervous system that it's safe to relax. This simple yet powerful act is not just about calming your immediate state, but also about creating a habit of mindfulness. By regularly practicing intentional breathing, you build a foundation of calm that you can return to in any moment of difficulty. The practice of focusing on the present moment is another cornerstone of a calm mind. Much of the turbulence in your thoughts arises from dwelling on the past or fearing the future. The present is where life unfolds, and grounding yourself in it allows you to let go of unnecessary worry. Engaging fully with what you are doing, whether it's washing dishes or having a conversation, shifts your attention away from mental noise. This focus doesn't ignore challenges, but places them in the context of the here and now, where you have the power to act. Journaling is a transformative tool for calming your mind. Writing down your thoughts allows you to declutter your mental space, organizing emotions and concerns into a tangible form. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, used journaling to reflect on their days and clarify their thoughts. This practice helps you identify patterns, recognize triggers, and gain perspective. It's not about solving every problem, but about creating a space where your mind can untangle itself from chaos. A calm mind thrives on routine. Establishing daily rituals, whether it's morning meditation, evening reflection, or a simple walk, gives your mind a sense of stability. Routine creates a rhythm that anchors your thoughts and provides a sense of control amidst unpredictability. This structure doesn't have to be rigid, but should be consistent enough to offer a reliable framework for your day. When life feels overwhelming, these routines act as a refuge, grounding you in familiarity. Limiting unnecessary stimulation is also key to calming your mind. Constant exposure to information, notifications, and noise overloads your senses, leaving little room for peace. The Stoics valued simplicity and intentionality, principles that can guide you in curating your environment. Reducing screen time, setting boundaries with technology, and carving out quiet moments all contribute to mental clarity. By creating space for stillness, you allow your mind to breathe and reset. Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. Gratitude calms the mind by reminding you of the positive aspects of your life, even in challenging times. It's a practice that doesn't erase difficulties, but reframes them within a broader perspective of appreciation. By regularly reflecting on what you're thankful for, you train your mind to find peace in abundance rather than restlessness in lack. Engaging with nature is a powerful way to soothe your mind. The Stoics believed in aligning with the natural world, and spending time outdoors connects you to something larger than yourself. Whether it's a walk in the park or sitting by a stream, these moments of connection ground your thoughts and reduce mental clutter. Nature has a calming rhythm that reminds you of the impermanence of stress and the constancy of renewal. Acceptance is a core Stoic principle that brings calm to the mind. Fighting against what cannot be changed creates unnecessary tension. Acceptance is not about resignation, but about recognizing reality as it is and focusing your energy on what you can influence. By practicing acceptance, you free yourself from the mental struggle of wishing things were different and channel your efforts into productive action. Regular reflection helps you calm your mind by providing clarity and perspective. Taking a few moments at the end of the day to review your actions and thoughts creates a sense of closure and understanding. This practice is not about judgment, but about learning and growth. Reflection allows you to process your experiences, identify areas for improvement, and let go of lingering negativity. This act of closure each day reduces mental carryover and fosters a sense of peace. Cultivating inner dialogue rooted in self-compassion is another strategy for calming your mind. Negative self-talk often amplifies stress and anxiety. By replacing harsh criticism with kind and constructive thoughts, you create a mental environment that supports calm and confidence. Self-compassion doesn't ignore mistakes, but approaches them with understanding and a desire to improve without self-punishment. Physical movement is a practical way to calm your mind. Exercise, whether it's yoga, running, or stretching, releases tension stored in the body and clears mental fog. The connection between physical and mental well-being is profound, and moving your body can often shift your mindset. The Stoics valued the care of the body as a vessel for the mind, emphasizing balance and moderation in physical practices. Focusing on your values provides a mental anchor that calms the mind. When you're clear about what matters most, distractions and stressors lose their grip. Your values become a compass, guiding your decisions and providing a sense of purpose. This alignment creates mental clarity as you prioritize actions that resonate with your principles over those driven by fleeting emotions. Mindful detachment from external opinions is a Stoic practice that brings peace to the mind. Placing too much weight on others' judgments creates unnecessary mental turbulence. By focusing on your own integrity and actions, you free yourself from the need to please everyone. This detachment fosters a sense of inner stability, as your peace is no longer tied to external validation. Acts of kindness have a calming effect on the mind. Helping others shifts your focus outward, reducing the tendency to dwell on personal worries. Kindness creates a sense of connection and purpose, grounding your thoughts in positive action. These acts don't have to be grand. Even small gestures can create a ripple of peace in your own mind and in the lives of others. Focusing on your breath, practicing gratitude, engaging with nature, reflecting daily, and embracing acceptance are not just isolated strategies. They are interconnected habits that reinforce one another. Together, they form a foundation for a calm mind that navigates life's complexities with resilience and clarity. The Stoics taught that peace begins within, and by cultivating these practices, you embody their wisdom in your own life. The pursuit of inner calm and clarity often leads to hard truths, and one of them is that not every person in your life deserves your help. The Stoics emphasized living in harmony with reason, and part of that wisdom is recognizing when your efforts are wasted on individuals whose patterns of behavior are harmful, unchanging, or exploitative. Helping others is a noble pursuit, but it becomes destructive when it enables toxicity. Understanding who to help and when to step back is a crucial skill for preserving your peace and energy. Helping someone who perpetually manipulates others erodes your sense of fairness and undermines your boundaries. Manipulative individuals often use guilt or charm to bend situations to their advantage, and assisting them only strengthens these tendencies. Stoic wisdom teaches discernment, choosing actions that align with your values and contribute to overall harmony. Offering help to those who manipulate distorts this balance, draining your energy while enabling behaviors that harm others. People who refuse to take accountability for their actions are another group where your help may not be effective. These individuals often deflect blame, avoid responsibility, and repeat harmful patterns without reflecting on their impact. Offering assistance to someone who lacks accountability creates a cycle where your efforts serve as a crutch rather than a catalyst for change. The Stoics believed in self-mastery, and by prioritizing your peace, you model the importance of responsibility rather than enabling its absence. Those who consistently reject growth or self-improvement also fall into the category of individuals who may not benefit from your help. The Stoic path is one of continual refinement, recognizing that growth requires effort and introspection. If someone repeatedly resists opportunities for improvement, offering them assistance becomes an exercise in futility. Your energy is better spent supporting those who value progress and demonstrate a willingness to act on it. Chronic negativity is another trait to consider when deciding whom to help. While everyone faces hardships, those who choose to dwell perpetually in negativity often resist the very solutions that could improve their circumstances. Helping such individuals can feel like pouring effort into a bottomless pit where no progress is ever truly made. The Stoics encouraged focusing on what you can control, and spending time with people who perpetuate negativity detracts from your ability to foster positivity and growth. Toxic relationships marked by repeated disrespect or exploitation also warrant careful boundaries when it comes to offering help. These individuals often take advantage of kindness without reciprocating it, leaving you depleted and disillusioned. The Stoics taught that your primary responsibility is to maintain your character and peace. Helping someone who disregards your boundaries and well-being violates this principle, pulling you into unnecessary conflict and emotional strain. Those who engage in self-destructive behaviors without any desire to change pose another challenge. It's natural to want to help people who are struggling, but when someone is unwilling to take steps toward their own betterment, your efforts become ineffective. Helping them without clear boundaries risks entangling you in their destructive patterns, leaving you drained and frustrated. The Stoics believed in empowering others to find their own strength, not in shouldering burdens they refuse to address themselves. Individuals who consistently violate your trust should prompt reflection before offering help. Trust is a cornerstone of meaningful relationships, and when it's repeatedly broken, extending help can feel more like an obligation than a genuine desire. The Stoics valued relationships based on mutual respect and integrity, and continuing to support someone who disregards these principles undermines your own values. It's not about withholding kindness, but about ensuring that your efforts contribute to meaningful connections rather than reinforcing betrayal. Understanding who to help and when to step back is not about judgment, but about protecting your energy and peace. The Stoics teach us to act with wisdom, aligning our efforts with what is constructive and meaningful. By recognizing these toxic patterns, you free yourself to focus on relationships and endeavors that enrich your life and the lives of others. Let your compassion remain strong but guided by reason, ensuring that your kindness contributes to harmony rather than enabling harm. Recognizing the boundaries of your compassion is a profound act of wisdom, but the next step is cultivating a mindset resilient enough to face any challenge. A fortified mindset is not built on fleeting motivation, but on unwavering principles and deliberate practices. The Stoics understood that the ability to overcome adversity lies in how you perceive and respond to the world around you. Developing a mindset that can defeat anything requires clarity, discipline, and the courage to confront life with purpose. The foundation of a resilient mindset starts with understanding the dichotomy of control. The Stoics believed that peace comes from focusing on what you can influence and letting go of what lies beyond your power. This principle shifts your energy away from frustration and toward productive action. Each time you choose to direct your thoughts and efforts toward what is within your reach, you strengthen your ability to navigate challenges with composure and resolve. Cultivating mental discipline is another essential step. A resilient mindset thrives on consistency and intentionality. Training your mind to stay focused on your goals, even amidst distractions or setbacks, builds a habit of perseverance. This discipline is not about rigid control, but about aligning your actions with your values. By practicing small daily acts of focus, whether through meditation, reflection, or deliberate practice, you create a mental framework that can weather life's uncertainties. Perspective plays a crucial role in developing a mindset capable of defeating anything. The Stoics taught that events themselves are neutral. It is your interpretation that gives them meaning. Reframing challenges as opportunities for growth transforms adversity into a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. This perspective doesn't deny the difficulty of hardships, but recognizes their potential to strengthen and refine you. Each moment of reframing becomes a tool for resilience. The practice of self-reflection enhances your mindset by fostering self-awareness. By examining your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions with honesty, you gain insight into your strengths and areas for improvement. This self-knowledge empowers you to make intentional choices, ensuring that your actions align with your goals and values. Reflection is not about dwelling on mistakes, but about learning from them, turning setbacks into sources of wisdom. A resilient mindset also requires embracing discomfort. The Stoics believed in the value of voluntary hardship, choosing to face challenges willingly to build strength and adaptability. When you step outside your comfort zone, you expand your capacity to handle the unexpected. This practice is not about seeking suffering, but about developing the courage to face life's difficulties head-on. Each moment of discomfort you endure willingly prepares you for greater challenges. Gratitude is a powerful tool for cultivating resilience. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you create a foundation of contentment and abundance. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to sufficiency, reminding you of your resources and strengths even in tough times. This practice enhances your ability to face challenges with optimism and hope, as it reinforces the belief that you have what you need to overcome. Developing a resilient mindset also involves setting clear intentions. Knowing your purpose provides a sense of direction and motivation, even when obstacles arise. This clarity ensures that your efforts are focused and meaningful, reducing the likelihood of being derailed by distractions. When your actions are guided by intention, you approach challenges with a sense of purpose rather than fear or doubt. Emotional regulation is another cornerstone of a resilient mindset. The Stoics emphasize the importance of mastering your reactions rather than being ruled by them. By observing your emotions without judgment and responding thoughtfully, you create a sense of stability that withstands external pressures. This practice doesn't suppress emotions, but channels them constructively, ensuring that your responses align with your values and goals. Fostering a growth mindset reinforces your resilience. Viewing challenges as opportunities to learn and improve shifts your focus from fear of failure to curiosity and determination. Each setback becomes a lesson, and each success reinforces your belief in your ability to adapt and thrive. This mindset transforms adversity into a catalyst for growth, ensuring that obstacles strengthen rather than weaken you. Surrounding yourself with supportive influences enhances your ability to develop a strong mindset. The people you spend time with shape your thoughts, behaviors, and attitudes. By seeking out individuals who inspire, challenge, and uplift you, you create an environment that nurtures resilience. This community provides encouragement and perspective, reminding you that you are not alone in your journey. Practicing mindfulness strengthens your mindset by anchoring you in the present moment. Worrying about the future or regretting the past often disrupts your mental clarity. Mindfulness allows you to engage fully with the here and now, where your power to act resides. This practice fosters a sense of calm and focus, ensuring that your energy is directed toward what truly matters. A resilient mindset also requires adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and rigid thinking often leads to frustration and stagnation. Flexibility allows you to pivot and find new solutions when circumstances change. This adaptability is not about abandoning your values, but about finding creative ways to uphold them. Each moment of flexibility demonstrates your ability to navigate uncertainty with confidence and grace. Commitment to self-care reinforces your resilience. Taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being ensures that you have the energy and strength to face challenges. Self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity, a practice that sustains your ability to persevere. By prioritizing rest, nutrition, and activities that replenish your energy, you create a foundation for enduring resilience. Developing a mindset that can defeat anything also involves practicing patience. Growth takes time, and rushing the process often leads to frustration. Patience allows you to trust in the journey, recognizing that each step contributes to your progress. This practice fosters a sense of calm and determination, ensuring that you remain focused on your goals even when results are slow to materialize. Cultivating resilience involves a deep commitment to your values. When your actions are guided by principles rather than fleeting emotions or external pressures, you create a sense of stability and purpose. This alignment ensures that your efforts are meaningful and that you remain grounded even in the face of adversity. Living in accordance with your values is the ultimate expression of a resilient mindset, as it reflects a life of authenticity and strength. Each of these practices, perspective, discipline, gratitude, mindfulness, and more, builds upon the others, creating a mindset capable of overcoming any challenge. By embracing these principles, you embody the wisdom of Stoic philosophy and cultivate a life of resilience, clarity, and purpose. A resilient mindset sets the foundation for conquering life's challenges, but true transformation begins within the subconscious mind. The Stoics recognized that the patterns and beliefs ingrained deep within shape the actions and thoughts that guide our lives. Reprogramming your subconsciousness is not about quick fixes. It is a deliberate and empowering process of aligning your inner world with your values and goals. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil. What you plant and nurture will grow. By cultivating intentional thoughts and practices, you can reshape your subconscious for success and fulfillment. Reprogramming your subconscious begins with awareness. You must first identify the beliefs and patterns that operate beneath the surface, often shaping your decisions and reactions without your conscious input. This requires honest self-reflection, the willingness to observe your thoughts and behaviors without judgment. The Stoics emphasized the power of self-awareness, recognizing that understanding your inner workings is the key to mastering them. Awareness allows you to see which beliefs serve you and which ones need to be redefined. Visualization is a powerful tool for reprogramming the subconscious. The Stoics practiced imagining scenarios where they upheld their values and demonstrated resilience. By vividly focusing on desired outcomes and the steps needed to achieve them, you create a mental blueprint that guides your subconscious. This practice trains your mind to align your actions with your aspirations, reinforcing a sense of purpose and possibility. Affirmations are another effective method. Repeating positive, empowering statements helps replace limiting beliefs with constructive ones. The Stoics used affirmations rooted in their principles, reminding themselves daily of their strength, discipline, and ability to overcome challenges. Affirmations work by reinforcing neural pathways in the brain, gradually shifting your subconscious thought patterns toward confidence and clarity. Consistency is essential. Each repetition strengthens the new belief until it becomes second nature. Gratitude plays a significant role in reprogramming the subconscious. By regularly focusing on what you appreciate, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. This practice rewires the brain to seek and recognize positivity, creating a foundation of contentment and hope. Gratitude transforms your perspective, enabling you to approach challenges with a sense of resilience and resourcefulness. The Stoics valued gratitude as a way to remain grounded and focused on what truly matters. Meditation is a gateway to accessing and influencing the subconscious. The Stoics engaged in moments of stillness to center themselves and connect with their inner thoughts. Meditation allows you to quiet the noise of the conscious mind and tap into the deeper layers of your consciousness. Through regular practice, you can observe the thoughts and patterns that arise, gently redirecting them toward more constructive and empowering directions. Meditation is not about control, but about cultivating awareness and presence. Reprogramming the subconscious also involves questioning and reframing limiting beliefs. Often, these beliefs stem from past experiences or societal influences that no longer align with your values or goals. By examining these beliefs through a lens of reason and objectivity, you can challenge their validity and replace them with empowering narratives. The Stoics encouraged questioning assumptions, understanding that wisdom comes from clarity and alignment with truth. Repetition is a crucial aspect of subconscious reprogramming. The subconscious mind learns through consistent exposure to new ideas and practices. Whether through affirmations, visualization, or mindful habits, repeated actions and thoughts gradually reshape your inner world. The Stoics believed in the power of daily practice, reinforcing their principles through consistent reflection and deliberate action. Repetition creates a sense of familiarity and certainty that strengthens new patterns over time. Another vital element is aligning your actions with your reprogrammed beliefs. The subconscious mind is influenced not just by thoughts, but also by behaviors. When you take consistent actions that reflect your desired outcomes, you reinforce the belief that success is attainable. This alignment between thought and action creates a feedback loop where each reinforces the other. The Stoics emphasized living in accordance with one's values, understanding that actions solidify beliefs. Surrounding yourself with positive influences further supports subconscious reprogramming. The environment you immerse yourself in, whether through relationships, media, or daily routines, shapes your subconscious impressions. The Stoics advised seeking wisdom from mentors and aligning with those who share your principles. By curating an environment that uplifts and inspires, you create fertile ground for your subconscious to absorb empowering messages and perspectives. Letting go of past failures is essential for reprogramming your subconscious for success. Holding on to regrets or mistakes reinforces limiting beliefs about your abilities and worth. The Stoics taught that the past cannot be changed, but your perception of it can. By reframing failures as lessons and focusing on the growth they inspired, you release their hold on your subconscious mind. This shift allows you to approach the future with confidence and openness. Practicing intentional gratitude deepens the transformation of your subconscious. Gratitude is not limited to moments of ease. It is especially powerful when applied to challenges. By finding value in difficulties, you train your subconscious to recognize growth opportunities, even in adversity. The Stoics valued gratitude as a tool for maintaining perspective and balance, a practice that rewires your mindset toward resilience and resourcefulness. Focusing on what you can control is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and a powerful way to reprogram the subconscious. When you redirect your energy from external outcomes to internal actions, you reinforce the belief that you have agency over your life. This focus empowers your subconscious to prioritize effort, discipline, and intentionality, aligning your thoughts and behaviors with what truly matters. Developing habits that align with your goals reinforces the reprogramming process. Habits are the physical embodiment of subconscious patterns. When you establish routines that support your aspirations, whether it's morning meditation, journaling, or exercise, you create a foundation of consistency and purpose. The Stoics emphasized daily practices as a way to embody their principles, recognizing that small, consistent actions lead to profound transformation. Patience is crucial in reprogramming the subconscious. Deeply ingrained patterns take time to change, and rushing the process often leads to frustration. The Stoics understood the value of perseverance, approaching growth as a lifelong journey rather than a destination. Patience allows you to remain committed to your practices, trusting that each effort contributes to lasting change. Celebrating progress, no matter how small, further reinforces the transformation of your subconscious. Acknowledging milestones creates a sense of achievement and motivates continued effort. The Stoics valued gratitude for incremental growth, understanding that each step forward reflects alignment with your values and goals. Celebrating progress shifts your focus from what remains undone to what has been accomplished, reinforcing positive beliefs about your abilities. Reprogramming your subconscious for success is a deliberate and empowering process that requires awareness, consistency, and alignment. By integrating Stoic principles into your thoughts, actions, and environment, you cultivate a mindset that supports your aspirations and values. This transformation is not about erasing who you are, but about refining and aligning your inner world with the life you seek to create. Each practice, from visualization to reflection, becomes a step toward reprogramming your subconscious for resilience, clarity, and success. Reprogramming your subconscious mind equips you with clarity and purpose, but living fully requires bringing that transformation into each day. Stoicism teaches that greatness is not about comparison or competition, but about showing up as the best version of yourself. The power of the present lies in its ability to be a canvas for your excellence, where you can align your actions with your highest values. Each moment offers a choice, to act with intention or to let it pass unclaimed. Recognizing that no one else can live your life better than you can is the essence of this practice. Being your best today starts with self-awareness. The Stoics taught that knowing yourself is the foundation of virtuous action. When you understand your strengths, weaknesses, and goals, you can channel your energy where it matters most. Self-awareness is not static. It evolves as you grow. Each day provides an opportunity to refine your understanding, ensuring that your efforts are aligned with your unique path. Action rooted in purpose is essential to embodying your best self. Purpose provides direction and clarity, preventing you from being swept away by distractions or fleeting desires. The Stoics emphasized acting with reason, focusing on what contributes to your growth and the well-being of those around you. Purposeful action doesn't require grand gestures. It's found in the consistency of small, meaningful choices that build momentum over time. Living with integrity is another cornerstone of showing up as your best self. Integrity is the alignment between your values and actions, a commitment to living authentically regardless of external pressures. When you act with integrity, you strengthen your sense of self-worth and build trust with others. The Stoics valued honesty and authenticity, recognizing that a life lived in alignment with one's principles is inherently fulfilling. Presence is a powerful tool in being your best today. Worrying about the future or dwelling on the past diminishes your ability to engage fully with the present. The Stoics taught the importance of focusing on what is directly before you, where your power to act lies. Being present enhances your awareness and allows you to make deliberate, thoughtful choices that reflect your highest standards. Resilience is key to maintaining your best self, especially in the face of challenges. The Stoics understood that obstacles are inevitable, but saw them as opportunities for growth. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about meeting them with courage and adaptability. Each time you navigate a setback with grace, you reinforce your ability to rise above circumstances and remain grounded in your purpose. Gratitude is a practice that elevates your perspective and grounds you in abundance. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, you create a mindset of sufficiency that empowers you to give your best. Gratitude shifts your attention away from comparison and toward appreciation, fostering contentment and clarity. The Stoics saw gratitude as a way to remain anchored in what truly matters, enabling you to act from a place of strength and joy. Discipline is a quiet but essential aspect of being your best today. Discipline is not about rigid control, but about the consistency of effort in pursuit of your goals. The Stoics valued discipline as a means of mastering the self and ensuring that actions were guided by reason rather than impulse. Each disciplined choice reinforces your commitment to excellence and creates a foundation for sustained growth. Humility allows you to embrace growth without being hindered by ego. Being your best self doesn't mean being better than others. It means striving to improve upon who you were yesterday. The Stoics valued humility as a way to remain open to learning and to connect meaningfully with others. Humility fosters a mindset of curiosity and collaboration, ensuring that your actions are guided by wisdom rather than pride. Consistency is the bridge between effort and achievement. Being your best today is not about perfection, but about showing up with intention and focus. The Stoics believed in the power of daily practice, recognizing that excellence is built through repetition and dedication. Each small, consistent action contributes to the larger picture of your growth and fulfillment. Compassion is an often overlooked aspect of being your best self. Compassion for others fosters connection and understanding, while compassion for yourself ensures that you approach growth with kindness rather than harshness. The Stoics valued the interconnectedness of humanity, understanding that acting with compassion enriches both the giver and the receiver. Compassion transforms challenges into opportunities for collaboration and empathy. Flexibility enhances your ability to adapt and thrive. While purpose and discipline provide structure, flexibility ensures that you can adjust to the unexpected without losing sight of your goals. The Stoics taught the importance of adapting to circumstances with wisdom and creativity. Flexibility is not a compromise of values, but a recognition of the need to navigate life's complexities with grace. Reflection reinforces your ability to show up as your best self by providing clarity and insight. Taking time at the end of each day to review your actions and thoughts creates a sense of accountability and growth. Reflection allows you to celebrate progress, learn from missteps, and refine your approach. The Stoics practiced daily reflection as a way to ensure that their actions aligned with their principles and aspirations. Empowerment comes from recognizing that no one else can live your life for you. The Stoics believed in taking full responsibility for one's choices, embracing the freedom and accountability that come with it. When you take ownership of your life, you free yourself from the constraints of comparison and external validation. Empowerment is the realization that you are uniquely equipped to navigate your journey and that your value is intrinsic. Joy is a natural result of living fully in alignment with your values. The Stoics didn't equate joy with fleeting pleasure, but with a deeper sense of fulfillment that arises from meaningful action. When you act with purpose, integrity, and resilience, joy becomes a byproduct of your efforts. This joy reinforces your commitment to showing up as your best self, creating a cycle of growth and satisfaction. Being your best today is not about waiting for ideal circumstances or comparing yourself to others. It's about embracing the opportunities before you, acting with intention, and staying true to your principles. The Stoics understood that greatness is found in the present moment, in the quiet determination to live authentically and purposefully. By committing to this practice, you create a life of resilience, joy, and meaning, one day at a time. In a world often driven by noise and chaos, the most profound power lies in silence, calm strength, resilience, observation, and intentional action. These silent actions not only disarm those who seek to undermine you, but also reflect the unshakable fortitude of your character. Through tranquility, detachment, and quiet dedication, you hold the key to a life defined by self-respect, growth, and inner peace. Every challenge you face becomes an opportunity to refine your spirit and elevate your standards, proving that your strength lies not in loudness, but in purposeful living. By choosing silence over reaction, observation over assumption, and growth over resentment, you show that true power isn't asserted, it's embodied. Let your actions, your boundaries, and your quiet victories speak volumes. No one can diminish your value unless you allow it. Your ultimate triumph lies in how you transform adversity into wisdom and let your resilience light the way forward. If this resonates with you, let us know in the comments. Which silent action are you ready to embrace first? Share your thoughts below. We'd love to hear your perspective. And if this journey towards Stoic strength inspires you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more wisdom that empowers you to master your mind and elevate your life. Let's continue building this community of growth, one lesson at a time.